Can I just quickly say one thing before I go? Right?
Yeah.
If I ever get arrested for something and I tell you I ain't did it, yeah, and I tell you I ain't done the thing and I haven't done it and you believe me, and I come out of jail and I see any of you people tweet or write a bust case, I'm going to be vexed at all of you. I hate that term.
Bust case?
I hate that term.
What do you mean? Like, if you are
man
guilty...
Man bust case.
If
no,
guilty,
I'm not guilty. And they keep writing man bust case.
And you won?
Yeah, because it automatically makes me look guilty. Every time I see somebody say somebody bust case, I think that person did what they did.
What would you prefer us to say?
He was exonerated.
Fuck me, boy.
Yes. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, cats and dogs, rodents and other small insects, welcome to another episode of the Eloquently Saying Nothing podcast. You are very welcome. Thank you for joining us. This is episode 240. Wow, we made it.
Shit, we made it.
We made it. Find us on the social medias at ESN podcast everywhere and use the hashtag ESN pod.
Plug.
ESN pod to join in or start the conversation. Thank you very much.
Major plug.
Also, please remember to rate and review us on whichever platform you use, in particular and especially Apple Podcasts, so that I can read the reviews, which I completely forgot about. So let me do my socials first before I do that. I am Stavros Boss. Get down. And you can catch me at Stavros Boss everywhere. And, okay. The reviews. This is from Miss Beeswick 3 years ago. And it says, welcome back is the title. 5 stars. And the review says, these guys are the truth.
Oh, that's it?
That is it.
And so succinct.
Thank you.
Alerted in you.
In the room with me this very night, I have DJ Webslinger.
Oh, what's going on, people? DJ Webslinger on Instagram, DJ Webslinger on Twitter. Sticky Fingered One is here. What's good?
Oh my God!
For those that missed me, I'm back.
Your voice is a bit
wispy, bit croaky, bit sexy, bit whatever.
You alright?
Yeah, I'm all good, man. I was just battling a cold, so I'm just there.
So you want to give us your coronavirus?
Yeah, everybody's sharing.
Covid-19 or whatever it's called.
Yeah.
H1N1.
COVID.
I read that. I read one thing. I'm sure it's fake news saying that there's an African. They looked at there was one man that in Africa that had it, and apparently he's no longer has
cured.
it.
Yeah, there's a picture of him with the mask on and a doctor with him. Yeah,
the Chinese doctor, isn't it?
Yeah, trying to claim that we've got some form of antidote in our blood.
Yeah.
I was, because I didn't put it in the group, did I? I had a question that I was going to ask. This is before the one that happened in Egypt or wherever happened. Where's the one that happened in?
Egypt, yeah.
It's Egypt. I was going to say there's, Corona has been around for X amount of time now. It hasn't happened in Africa. Every other continent's been touched. Is X amount of countries.
Is it an Egyptian?
Sorry?
Is it actually?
They said it's not. The Egyptian people said it's not an Egyptian. But
he ain't one of us.
But but that was like when it first happened. I haven't heard any more news than that. So I was going to ask.
A plague on all your houses.
I was trying to think of a question around if there was a virus or some sort of germ that affected everyone but Africans. Like, would you be? I don't know. Or if it affected you if you were not in Africa. Like, would you go back to Africa? Would you allow other people back into Africa? Or something like that. I was trying to think of a question, but then the Egyptians had it, and then I changed it from brown Africans to only black Africans. So we'll see how it happens. But as it stands, as of now, I don't think any darky Africans actually have coronavirus.
Not in Africa. They'll probably try to catch it so they could be in vogue. Everyone has it. I want to have it.
I think guilt is the only thing that Africans don't have that everybody else has.
Guilt, you know.
I don't care.
No, other people don't have guilt.
We're the ones with the guilt.
Yeah, we're the ones with the guilt, boy.
Foolish guilt as well.
Live by it.
Foolish guilt.
All right. You've heard all these other voices.
I'm sorry.
And one of them, eager and ready to go, is Big Wahala.
That Big Wahala is that Big Wahala on Twitter. What's good?
No space as usual. And
space for what?
For me to insert the sound effects.
I don't need a sound
But
effect.
you overlap it. You just lay it
I
on the top.
I have to. No.
No, I did that and I was told off for doing so.
Yeah. I don't
want a sound effect. Take my sound effect away.
Keep doing it. Keep doing it.
I don't want a sound effect.
Overlap
I don't need
it.
one.
You don't want a sound
I don't want
effect?
a sound effect because you're making me feel like I have to.
Man don't want a
explain
sound effect. Man don't want to be in pictures. Man don't want to be.
Yeah.
You don't want to be part
He
of the
doesn't want to
podcast.
be here.
I don't want a sound effect, man.
If he doesn't want to be here, then let's pack up and go. Because he's the one that asked to start it again.
Exactly.
Cool. There. Nice. Thanks for listening, people.
I'll happily claim my 4 hours back a week. In fact, make it 10.
I can't
Plus
go
editing.
now because I eat pizza and that's wrong.
After what you just ate.
Yeah, this man eats food, you know.
The light
You
is
can't
young.
go down because you eat pizza.
Yeah, I can't go now because I'll eat pizza. The night is young, boy.
That voice you're hearing is Simple Simon.
I am not a victim of interrogation. Since I was a young child, I haven't been afraid of adults. If you want to try and impose upon me, I would suggest you impose upon your mother. Gaza.
Alright.
That was a short excerpt from a poem by the Right Honourable Vibes Cartel. The poem in its original rendition is called Real Bad Man.
I'm a slap one in your face.
And it goes something like this.
Oh, this love one of the fears.
From me the little boy, me no fear man. And me we make to live up on this station.
Is there a bass?
Oh yeah, it's coming.
Combo wall, come and up your mother. Feel say your man take from me bank robber. Two boots of each and this
Why do you like it so low?
The kite on your face, you think like grabber. Don't make me go and then the fear go link fagger. When me say ready, you can't say you can't bother. Chatty business, me left that to ragga. So me rise up the thing, them well longer than a ladder. Chatting, no yapping, no flipping, no flapping. Me strapping, me clapping, me last them, me trapping, me tricking, me chopping. The rifle, them whopping, him run, but them trapping, him choking, him clapping. People are run out, but what happened, them run back.
Yeah.
People are run out say, what happened? What happened?
You know, like that. Gaza will say forever. I am at Simple Simon FB on Twitter. I don't have Instagram.
Slap in the face.
You know, like that.
You know what? Before, rather than do what I did last week
Bang da da dang.
and get it started late, let me get this one out of the way nice and early. Old school. Step to the dance floor. Put your handbags on the floor.
Respect the ball.
Good gosh. Sounds of the Melon Kim inside.
The lightest of chicks. Do you remember the dance move in the video, innit?
Never gonna be respectable.
If you see the man's them in the studio doing the Melon Kim dance.
And it was when they
Every night.
they wear their suit.
Yes.
Power suits.
The power suits with the hat.
Them two were passing, innit? Either black passing or white passing, innit?
Didn't they live on in Hackney?
No idea, bro. It was before my time.
I'm sure one of them,
I would've been
one
like-
of them, if not both of them, lived in Hackney.
So BJ must have banged them.
Close to you.
Are you just gonna put the name out like that?
Just threw it out there. Yeah, they lived in the ends.
Chorus time.
We ain't ever gonna be respectable.
So what? So let me get this right. The lyrics there said that they're never going to be respectable.
Yes.
So they're saying that they're always going to be whores.
Let me have your phone for a minute.
Let's hope so.
Oh,
Yes.
let's hope so, you know.
East London's finest slugs.
Oh wow! Why'd you gave them real geography as well. That's not nice. You could just said generally just slags, but you,
Slag for life.
I need to get me one of these things, man. Cause
Yes, you do. I should even buy it for you, bro. Christmas present. How's everyone's week been? You all been good?
yeah, it's been an interesting week, man. I started the week full of energy, full of motivation. I was gonna go mad at work and just done up the place. That momentum died by Wednesday.
What happened?
I don't know, man. I just didn't really feel like it again.
boy,
So it happens.
so it goes sometime, innit?
You know like that.
I've been a little sad this week still
What happened?
because of the Pop Smoke dying.
Is it?
Now, I'm not really a big fan of. I'm not really a big Pop Smoke fan, but it's like when I found out how old he was, it kind of hit me.
Okay.
20.
He's only 20 years of age.
I didn't know who. Well, I put it in the WhatsApp group or somebody else.
Yeah, it was me.
And I didn't know who. And the man's trying to say he did this, he did that.
Yeah, I'm gonna play one of his songs
I
now.
said I don't know who that man
What?
is.
So- Yeah.
And after the Brits, I realized I said it in the.
Who's Billie Eilish or whatever her name is?
Billie Eilish, I don't know. She's out here
who is
winning
she?
everything.
This is what I said. I have graduated from uncle status to dad status.
I don't know who that person
because
is.
I could watch a
She's done her
Brits
thing,
and
innit?
understand and
The
know who
James
these
Bond
people
soundtrack.
She did what?
She's done the James Bond soundtrack.
I have no idea who this girl is. She keeps winning a Grammy everywhere, award everywhere in 5 minutes. Is she British?
I don't know.
No, she's not British.
She's not British.
I think she's Canadian. She's Canadian.
Well,
Jersey.
She's from over the ocean.
I don't know, man.
Boy.
But she's been winning shit all over the place.
Yeah, I don't know who she is.
I ain't none.
I am a dad now.
But yeah. So R.I.P. Pop Smoke. I'm gonna play you one of the Pop Smoke songs that I liked. Still, when his phone starts to play. So he basically was one artist from America, New York artist, who came over, got the drill beat producers, and was basically took them to America and he started doing like New York drill with Brit artists.
Niggas saying they outside. Niggas saying they outside.
Yeah, I know that beat.
Send the addy, we gon' slide. Air it out when we arrive. Poppin' that shit, but they don't want the smoke. Niggas don't want smoke. She like it rough when we fuck, so I'm grabbing that bitch by the door.
Yeah.
Niggas saying they outside. Send the addy, we gon' slide. Heard he was talking, but he never jumped out the stool. Think that it's sweet till I pull up and pop out his shoe. And they say I got the juice. I bought the Dior, now that's all I rock for the shoes. Hey, Porsche niggas, hot boy, you ain't in the field, you a top boy. We gon' tie that boy up like a cowboy. I'm the one that they envy like cowboy. Broke bitches ain't allowed. She wanna fuck with a real one. Real niggas back in style. I ain't no window shopper. Yeah, man, out here window shopping. I be in all the stores, and no, we ain't window shopping. She throw it back 'cause I'm poppin'.
I didn't realize. Yeah, I never knew that he used British.
Yeah, you might have seen him from. He was the one that was on Charlie Sloth show rapping over Heady One's No Better.
No.
So he's actually on his because I don't know if it's a mixtape or album, but it's on it.
So basically, he kind of likes the London sound, like the London drill sound, because America's got drill as well, innit?
He basically does American drill, but
With London producers.
yeah, with London producers.
Yeah, but the reason why I'm making a distinction, because I don't know if London drill and American drill is the same.
They're not the same. That's what I'm saying.
Okay.
He's like the one that has he actually come over, and I think he's got some of the UK producers, and he's using the UK producers to make.
They use different headpieces.
For what?
For drilling.
It's a bit.
Different drill bits.
Drill bits, yeah. American drill bit in the UK.
So yeah, so basically,
You want to play something else?
No, I could have played you something else, but no, that's the song that I like the most.
No.
That song there it's a war tune, bro.
But I know the beat though. That's the thing. The
Christopher Walken.
beat. The beat.
The tune's called Christopher Walken.
Yeah.
I like that.
But that beat.
King of New York.
I know that beat. That beat was somebody else in the UK done something on that beat.
I don't think they did.
I think so.
Maybe, but remember all these songs sound the same anyway.
Wow.
They do. A lot of them do. People saying we outside. I love it. I love it so much. It's a proper war. I would like to hear that in a proper rave situation, because that would be like a DMX stop drop, shut down, open up shop type of behavior. But yeah, so R.I.P. to him anyway. He's only 20 years of age, man. But yeah, man, somebody robbed his house and killed him.
Oh, wow.
But there's stories going around about what happened. Some people think that one of his boys set him up. In fact, I saw something on Twitter today where somebody was kind of almost saying that they did set him up, but didn't set him up. It was some stupidness saying that, I just told these guys where he was. I didn't know it was going to go that bad or whatever. But then other times people are saying that he actually, during the day that he got killed, he must have posted something on Instagram, an Instagram story, and he had his address. Like he was showing these people what he had got.
Yeah, he had received some bags apparently.
Yeah, and the address was on the bags.
Yeah.
So somebody said that probably maybe their man saw the address and then took it upon themselves to then go there and do the robbery and end up killing him. But 20 years of age, man. 20 years of age. It was sad. Because after that, I started seeing these little videos of him, and you could see that he's just a young boy, man. There was one video of him with, I don't know who it was, but I think it was one Afrobeats DJ, and he must have been playing him some Burna Boy, and he was dancing to Burna Boy. And you could just see that he's just starting his life just now, basically.
Yeah.
If you know what I mean. And now it's been taken from him quite early. It's really upsetting to see stuff like that happen. I don't know what type of man he is. He might have been a road man. So this might be his life. I don't know. But it's just upsetting to see that 20-year-old man or boy, even when he was getting to a point where he was just about to start up because he was getting to be that guy in New York. He had last year, they called it, he had the song of the summer, with the other song that I told you about.
That was the song of the summer.
That was saying that was the song of the summer.
That can't be the song of the summer if I ever heard it.
Bruv, that was the people were saying was the song of the summer.
Let me.
What's the name of the song?
I forget what it's called now.
It's hot out here.
It's not. It's the first song that's on the list in title. What's it called?
Welcome to the party.
That's it. They were saying that was the biggest song of.
Let me hear this here, because I might have heard. You know what? I got to the stage now where I don't know the name of stuff. I just hear it.
I need to play it on title, man.
Give me lit. Gun on my head. 1.5.
This beat, I know this beat.
Send in the clip. Baby, don't trip. Just lower your tone. Cause you can get hit. Don't let that hit in my system. I get your body. Next day.
Oh, that is so London.
That's what I'm saying.
Nigga try just go to body. And this one again. Nigga, I was just with him. Look. On my villain niggas, on my killing niggas, that's the kings. Since a younger nigga, I've been drilling niggas, but I'm so stuck up in my ways. Ain't nobody ever gave me shit with this big chip, I had to get paid. And it's 10K to go on stage, and you know the streets getting lit. Baby, welcome to the party. I'm off the magazine.
28 million views on YouTube.
It was the biggest song on the summer. They were saying, well, in the streets,
And
basically.
he raps like these from the back of his phone now.
So yeah, I think him ASAP kind of uses some UK stuff to do his bits and bobs, but that there is proper drill. You can hear any one of them drillers from London on top of that.
Yeah, I'm telling you, the beat. I'm thinking of the song. I can't remember what the name of the song.
I think an English producer produced that as well.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying to you. But the beat. There's a song in the UK
Oh, you do,
drill
because you can get hit.
that was big, but I can't remember who's
It'll
done it.
probably be a Heady One song
Potentially,
or an RV song.
Potentially.
One of them, man. Anyway, he's 20 years of age, man. It's just sad to see somebody go that young.
He wasn't even old enough to drink alcohol legally in these countries, you know, like that. So
man.
Fuckeries.
It's just a sad thing, man. But yeah, big up Pop Smoke, man. R.I.P. to Pop Smoke.
R.I.P.
Yerp.
All right, seeing as I've got the microphone up already,
Skanking.
let's do a user or listener question.
Okay.
Man was in this IT business, you know. Man called him a user.
Listen to the video.
Like we're a drug.
Let me emphasize it. And any young man who gets down on his knees to propose to a girl is not just an idiot. The bloody fool, the compound.
Bloody fool, a compound fool.
And the reason why I'm saying it is simple.
Why are you saying it, sir?
We try to copy white people, right? I believe in
his
this
uncle's hat is the
of our
one.
culture, the essence, the core of our culture. The white man kneels down to propose to a girl. You know what it means? The girl takes over the family. This is why whenever you disagree with your wife overseas, you are kicked out and your wife takes the house. Don't you people know that? The young men like you who should ever be in charge of your destiny, you hand everything over to women. That makes you all fools.
So it's totally wrong for a man to, but it's love.
I have lived with my wife for 51 years. Nobody has come to say, please stop beating this woman. Is it hatred that united us? It makes you an idiot.
I believe nearly that in civilization, so just to show.
It's all right. Kneel down before your wife. I will sympathize with you when she takes over the home.
I've been with my wife for 50-something years. No one has come to me and said, please stop beating her.
Do you know how that caused a stir on Twitter, boy?
What that thing there?
Everybody thought he was saying that he beats his wife.
I know.
And I was like, you people don't listen.
I had to tell off Georgia, man.
You have to listen in Igbo.
As a Nigerian.
You know like that?
Them ones, you have to listen as a Nigerian. Don't listen to the...
You know we talk in parables.
Yes,
Completely.
I said everything is dramatic. I had to explain. You had to explain it to MK as well. MK didn't know either. I was like, "Are you actually listening to the whole thing that he's saying, or you just picked out that one point?" Because we're so used to listening to everything in sound bites and looking for the drama, looking for the thing that we can get upset about.
We just go in for that straight away.
I said, I'm like, he's saying that he don't beat his wife. He's actually telling you, I don't beat my wife. The first thing you hear is he beats my wife. The actual thing is, has anybody or any neighbor had to come to tell me not to beat my wife?
Yeah.
That's what he said. I don't beat my wife.
Exactly.
And then right after he said, "Do you think that our marriage is united in hatred?"
Yeah.
If you listen to it, you would hear. But it's like people just heard that beat wife, and that was it. And then all over Twitter, the man beating his wife. Now.
It was funny because when I was listening to it, I was like, "This is he literally, like you said, spoke like an Igbo man.
Because they're man.
Yeah, but he basically translated directly into English because the way the sentence structure was, that's how it would be in Igbo, like to say like, yeah, you know. Yeah, kind of.
You know, because yes, because politically this cannot happen.
The sound quality wasn't perfect. So if you didn't hear, he basically was advising the youngsters around. This is a big man here. Is he a chief or something?
He's a villain. That's what he is. In every
politician.
Nollywood.
Oh, he's an actor. Okay.
He's a villain in every. We don't know that man.
I don't watch that much Nollywood.
Oh
you know?
my days! That man is the most villain man.
I knew his face from somewhere. But
He's the most villain in every film. He's a villain.
But he's basically Ultron everywhere.
He's always the older man that's doing shenanigans there.
Okay.
Villainry.
All right. So
babe.
he was saying that you should not kneel to your wife or to your potential spouse to propose. Because you're submitting to her and you're giving her all the power. This is a westernized thing, and us as Africans should not do that. Hence, in the Western world, this is how women have so much power after marriage, and they collect all the coins if things ever go wrong.
It's mad, isn't it? How if you were to talk to somebody from the Western world, a woman, she would say to you, "We have no power at all." But you instead speak to somebody in Africa, and if women have all the power.
So if you divorce and you take the child and you take all the money that you didn't earn, which power did you think you don't have?
Yeah. It is interesting.
In my country, you wouldn't have all of this.
I
would take the child.
And initially, when I was listening to it, what his point of view was, I was like, come on, man, it's a bit deep. But then there was two things that happened in that video that made me think, actually, I am looking at it through my own lens and not looking at it from a bigger perspective. The first thing was, the younger you said something about civilization, which pissed me off. Because I'm like, hang on a minute. How are you now assessing what civilization is? Which then made me watch the video again and listen to what my man was saying further. And the truth of the matter is, when he said it's a white man thing, i.e. it's not of Africa or of Nigeria in particular, I kind of more understood what he was saying. But then it made me question, what is the tradition around marriage from an African Nigerian perspective?
You wouldn't even propose to the woman, bruv.
You go to the family, innit?
You go to the family. Then you first and foremost, you will ask the father whether or not you can marry the lady. Then you will go to the lady and make your feelings known.
No. I don't think that's the case. I think you'll be courting the woman. I'm not talking ancient times.
Oh, okay.
Right? So you'll be courting the woman. Once you two have established that, we want things to move forward.
I want to have this.
You'll have that discussion. And then you'll go to the parent. And then once the parent has said okay, then you just then it's like
then you can go and propose.
No, it's almost like you've kind of half proposed already because that discussion was the proposal. It's like, so what things are moving serious. Do you want to
yes. Marriage? Yeah, but you can still give the ring and all that type of stuff.
Yeah, but
it'll be so much. It will be. Going to the parents was the big thing.
Was it more important than the ring itself?
Than going to you and asking you because.
But that's the tradition.
Before I've gone to your parents, we and you have already decided we want to get married, but without me getting on the knee or doing anything.
So my question really is, what is ours? Because we can say that the kneeling business is a ceremony, right? Kind of, or ritual or whatever. So what is our ritual or ceremony around this thing?
That's what I just said. That's what they do.
It's going to the family.
Okay, cool.
There's no big, well, people do it now, obviously, but it wasn't before. It wasn't a big, like, when I asked my dad, he just said that he said to my mum, I'm going abroad. I want us to get married before I go abroad. And that was the proposal.
I hear you. I
was just about to call mummy and ask you that.
That was the proposal.
See,
and then she said, "Oh yeah," and then he went to the father, obviously, to say,
"I'm gonna marry her."
Well, there you go. Just like I said.
Then my granddad said, "You want to marry this Christian?" And she said yes because she's a Muslim.
Yeah.
And then he said, "All right, fine." And then that was the end of that.
So, he said, "You are now one of them."
You're one of them.
so the thing here is, I think it's the appreciation of the different cultures, and the problem that most of the people on Twitter have is that they have absolutely no understanding of that other culture.
They might do.
No, man. This is Black Twitter.
I think they do.
Yeah, but you're the same Black Twitter that didn't know that he wasn't saying that he beats his wife.
You can make a mistake with that.
No, I don't think that the issue is him saying that he shouldn't get on one knee. The issue is what comes after. Because if you just said, mention getting one knee for their wife to propose, we don't do that in Africa. I don't think many people are going to get into a big argument about that. But then when you then say, because if you get that on one knee now, that means that you're going to give them this, you're going to give, that's when people are like, you're just now making it into one big misogynistic thing.
You've gone around the periphery, Simple Simon. I think the actual core, the meat and potatoes of this is, do you give your power away if you kneel down when you propose? And because Nigerians like to speak in parables, I'm not sure if he meant it literally just like that. I'm thinking it's almost like the kneeling to propose was more of a symbolic of you being subservient to your wife. Like we in Africa, the men is the head of the house. Yeah. But in the Western world, you know, you're not basically, and the man is not. It's either equal or the woman is the head of the home. Yeah. And he's just using the symbol or the idea of the symbolism. Maybe because for me, it can't be that simple for you just to say, just because you kneel to propose, the wife has everything. For me, that's a nonsense.
No, I think what he's saying is that you're starting something by doing that. So basically, you're giving this, by you kneeling to do this proposal, you're starting off your relationship or your marriage going forward, showing her that you're below her.
Because you're submissive.
You're submissive to her because you got down to you almost basically said that.
But then at the same time then, so what is he saying? If she proposed to him now, does that
would be an insult?
Yeah, exactly. So then how does...
You don't get on your knee. You just say, we want to marry. And then that's the end of that. And then she must take the marriage.
I won't lie to you. When I looked at the guy in the video, I thought he's just saying this because he can't bend his knees no more. He was
he's married, but he's been married for 51 years. Yeah, so I'm sure that when he was married, he didn't do that. And there was, you know what? You start seeing the difference between European black Twitter or American black Twitter
and diaspora black Twitter
and African black Twitter. I'm talking about the back home, because some people was like, how dare they, blah blah blah. And then one lady I was reading, she came and said, this man has been married for 51 years. If you're gonna listen to all you people on Twitter that ain't been married for a day, listen to the man. And people like, you see all the proper Nigerians, yes, you are the one, let us marry. Because in the end, I get what she's saying. Like sometimes we like to go like, we don't know. We haven't been married for as long as this man's been married for. But then you've also got people that's been married for 51 years and they've live in hell for their wives. So
yeah.
We don't know what the wife is saying. We want to hear if the wife's been happy for the 51 years, isn't it?
She's not allowed to talk.
That's your able people. I don't know, man.
Webbs, do you co-sign what you're saying?
Yeah. Because if you look at it in Western culture or throughout
what do you co-sign?
What Uncle was saying.
So you think that you're subservient because you've gone down to your knees for the rest of your marriage life?
If you bend the knee, and you hear it in all aspects, like what I was thinking when we was having this discussion.
Game of Thrones.
Exactly. Queens and all that would say, bend the knee. Submit to me if you want A, B, and C. If you want this land.
And symbolically it's true.
It's symbolic, yeah.
Okay, go on.
So it's a form of submission. You're giving yourself up to not a higher power, but essentially a greater good. So bending the knee to a woman, you're submitting yourself, giving all of yourself to this woman.
Okay, so when you give head, you're not getting down.
When you give head, you're not getting down.
You don't get on your knee?
No.
So what do? You do it upwards?
Yeah, stand
up. You switch off the ceiling fan and then you put her on your shoulder.
A man said, switch off the ceiling fan.
Who has ceiling fan in the house?
Agatha Christie's Poirot.
Back up, you do.
There's a lot of reasons why you end up on your knees in front of a woman. But either way, all right, I don't think you can just decide because
you're taking all your money and you want it back.
Yeah.
Please, I'm sorry.
That you can propose, and because you've got that on one knee to propose, which is, I suppose, was meant to be more of an honor type thing. That now going forward, this person has all the power in the relationship.
No, but I guess
that's very.
No, but if you look at it symbolically, for example, if you were a knight,
yeah,
and you were you weren't a knight, you were a soldier, and you were being knighted, you then go down on the knee as well.
And just last week, this one was talking about people bowing to Selassie.
Exactly.
Okay, but then when you get these same people, when you then, because these are the same people in our culture, or when they do the cake thing, where they tell your wife to bow down to give you cake.
But that's the point.
That's what I'm saying. So is it no longer now equal? She doesn't bow down to you to give you cake. She's still on top of you because you bow down to give her
in our culture, that's what we do. The man never bows. Exactly. He bows to the parents, not to the wife.
Exactly.
So he's subservient to the parents, but not subservient to his wife.
Yeah, because elders is elders.
But there's bowing. No, that's not bowing though, is it? That's
whichever way you want to do it. At the end of the day, it's like you understand they're above you. Her parents, your parents, they're above you.
I don't. When I see of taking like a knee for proposal type thing, I don't look at it in the same way as a knighting.
Why? Because basically,
Because she's not doing anything to me.
but she is though.
No, but she's not.
But she is.
But she's not. She's not touching me.
What you're saying is that I request the honor of your hand. It's almost like I'm pleading, I'm begging you to.
Yeah, you're making a request.
But the request is not, and it's not on an equal footing. It's not.
all.
It's not you and I are equal. Please be my wife. And don't get me wrong. I'm not saying that in real terms it's not. But the symbolic
symbol.
act of it is you are above me, and because you are so precious, I want you in my life.
I don't see it as the above thing. I just see it as I would like you. I don't even think it's a need.
When you were down there on your knee, were you looking up?
Yeah.
Because the person's above you.
I can't even remember. I was at breast level.
Did you get on one knee to propose?
Yeah.
Did you get on one knee to propose?
Yes.
Will you get on one knee to propose?
He ain't gonna propose.
Gaza.
True Rasta. If you were to propose,
You just roll a spliff.
would you have an? All right, let me
Pass the joint.
You roll a spliff and do it in the smoke.
After hearing this video, do you have an issue with the idea of kneeling down to propose? Simple, Simon.
I don't, because that's their tradition, that's their culture. So if that's your tradition and
But
your
he
culture,
is your.
no. But I'm saying
culture.
I don't have a problem with people doing it because that's their tradition.
No,
and
I'm
that's
talking
their
about
culture.
you.
But for me, I don't know. Because I've never actually thought about proposing to anybody. This is not something that's ever.
Shout out wife.
Man, that's the movie's hair out the way, but
So Webbs, now or before, do you have? If you were to ever happen? I know it's not gonna happen, but if you were ever to do something like that,
Hang on. Did you say you know it's never going to happen?
I can't imagine you ever getting married.
Oh my god!
I can imagine him settling down. I can't imagine him
Actually
getting
walking
married.
down the aisle and all that.
I think he'll get married.
I cannot imagine this dude.
Why not?
I can't imagine him
I
proposing.
think that if he finds the right woman, he'll propose.
Maybe she'll propose to him.
No, I think he said it before that he would propose. What are you talking about?
Has a woman ever proposed to you before?
I've had a proposal by a woman before.
Only one.
Have you proposed before?
Only one.
Have you proposed before?
Have I proposed before? No.
Have you ever got close to proposing?
I've got close to proposing.
Well then.
Well, he's not a spring chicken, man. So we'll see what
What's that got
happens.
to do with anything?
What's the springness of the chicken?
He's talking about the integrity of your knees. He can't see you being able
after
to
my
bend.
days of dancing, I really can't do that much anymore. Squats are an issue.
I have never thought of this on.
You have
getting
rhythm
married.
so strangely of us. Why would you not think that he would?
He thinks so little of me. That's because
It's
he's
not
no
little.
longer in my life.
No.
That's what it is.
I'm not. I just said. I didn't say that I don't see him settling down.
Yeah, you said that. Why would he settle down and
Well,
not
the
get
same
married?
reason that this one.
No, they're not the same. And in any way, shape, or form.
That's just.
I wouldn't put them in the same bracket. In that.
I just don't see it.
I would think that he's one of the people. All the people I know that would want to get married if he finds the right person to marry. That's the issue. He has to find the right person. But getting married is not the issue.
Have you seen him?
Yeah, I think he could find somebody if he wanted to.
What's wrong with you? What is seriously wrong with you? Have I really hurt you that bad?
What are you talking about? You're just a very picky man.
Yeah, but doesn't mean that he
Doesn't
can't
mean I'm
find
not going to ever get married.
He's more picky than me.
I don't think he was even that picky.
Sorry? You don't think I was that picky?
No. Wow. I think you just found somebody you liked and dealt with it. I don't picky people are gonna go out their way to go and find them. I don't think he was that picky.
Okay, fair enough.
I think you liked the person that you liked and you dealt with it.
Yeah, because after a list of women, I found the one I liked.
Your list of women is people that's gone out with more people than you have and been more picky than you have. I think you're not that bad, to be honest.
I just think I was ready to. I think that I think I was very picky. I think I was lucky with who I found.
I think you was ready to get married and the person that you found was a good person and you just didn't decide that you were going to do a foolishness to go and find a way out of it, like most men do.
Keep it real. You ran out of options, didn't you?
Oh my god!
I make money all time. Make money all time.
This is why we don't want you back on the podcast. Right? We'll give him the wrong time next week.
Man, I
run out of options.
I don't know what my options. So we end up in the morning.
Oh dear.
Off white we do.
I'll be finished. Anyway, you didn't answer. Bowing.
No, I would not take the
bowing.
knee. I'm not taking the knee. I'm not bowing.
He's dropping to one knee.
But alright, sorry, whatever you want to call it, man. Okay, cool. So, alright.
Just grab her. Come here.
Stavros disagrees with the premise of it. I don't think...
With the premise of getting to one knee.
No, with the premise that if you do that, then you've given her the power.
Okay.
So
I've got the power.
if there's more to it than that, if he's speaking in analogies or he's, it's the parable kind of conversation and there's more to it, then fair enough. Because I can't talk of the intricacies of it, I can't talk for that.
It
But
sounds insecure.
he sounds insecure.
In a way, I think that if you're one of those, well, like we discussed this alpha business, the thingy, you wouldn't even cross your mind that somebody will be above you in any way, shape, or form. I could be lying on the floor and kissing the feet. And
I think that comes from a sense. I think what he was saying just comes from a sense of pride, and he's a firm believer of what he believes in.
Believe and personality.
The type of woman you're with can make you secure or insecure as well.
All right, let me ask you a question then. All right, if you're somebody like Mr. Wolf that's shorter than most, how does this work? You're always looking up to the
So
person.
Wow.
He really shouldn't kneel.
Yeah, but then again, I would say that the kneeling is relative. So it's not so much height. It's about the act itself. It's the act of submission. That's what is being discussed.
I want to see what it says in like definitions of taking a knee. What it means. So Colin Kaepernick, is he below everyone because he takes a kney?
No, but then he's...
Well, yes. Because remember, when they were doing the national anthem originally and he started his protest, he sat down. And then he went and spoke to a veteran, and a war veteran, and the veteran said, due to respect the flag and honor the people like myself who have gone to war and fought for this flag, what you do is you kneel. So you're showing respect for the flag, but then you're showing your protest by not standing up and putting your hand on your heart as well. So people know there's something going on, but you're not disrespecting the flag by just sitting down. So that kneeling was some sort of, I don't know
symbolically,
if submission is the right word, but it's something of like I'm revering it to some point.
Let me ask.
Wait, hang on. Sorry. Go on. Bang.
No, because now when I'm reading about taking a knee, it's like it's changed the definition now. They're talking about Colin Kaepernick in the dictionary even.
Yeah, but what's that?
It says take a knee. It says to go down on a knee after receiving the ball, stopping the game temporarily. That's the quarterback version.
Yeah.
Then it goes to go down on one knee as a protest rather than standing for the national anthem.
Yeah, but that's both
about American football.
To American football.
So what's the definition?
That was in Cambridge Dictionary.
No, you've gone taking a knee.
Take a knee.
No, kneeling.
When you take a knee in American football, then you can wave your hand. They call it a fair catch. You take a knee after you grab the ball, or as the quarterback, you can when the ball spiked to you, you grab the ball and then you take a knee. That means nobody should attack me.
If you put kneeling, it's just going to say to be in an assumed or a position which the body is supported by a knee or the knees.
Proposal knee or something like that.
But so to be anyway, in this subject, the interesting thing was what Hala alluded to, which the idea where, depending on which side of the fence you are, as a woman, you would not necessarily agree that with what he said about women taking over or having power over everything. So women within the society would be complaining, or not complaining, but they wouldn't agree with him about having all the power. And then a woman outside of this society would look at it and say, well, yeah, they have more rights than we do. Do you get what I'm saying to you?
Like I said, it depends
who
you're dealing with.
Proposal.
That's what I mean. So a woman could, like for instance, let's even make it so simple as you get on your knees and then you propose. There's one woman that would be like, oh, that's so nice. And there's another woman that when you have an argument, just throw it in her face. Just get back on your knees like you did when you proposed to me.
Can I piggyback off that?
God, yeah.
Right, I'm going to piggyback off that because there's something happened on Twitter a few weeks ago. Again, it was to do with this Love Island situation. And it made me think about certain things because there was two situations that happened, I think on Love Island, two different situations, 2 different times, but they kind of linked together. Right, so one guy was they call this a hideaway, where you're in a house with, you basically get a little room to yourselves where you're meant to go and bang or whatever if you're going to go and bang. So they go to this hideaway, and one of the girls she comes out in a lingerie and all these types of stuff. And the guy's sitting down going, wow. And then he's like, can I touch you? Yeah. And she's like, of course. Yeah. And then he touches her and then whatever. So then the whole of Twitter was going, oh my God, that's what we call consent. That's what we call consent, guys. Blah, blah, blah. Look how he asked her if he can touch her. That's what we call consent. And I was like, all right, fine. But then there was like a few weeks before this, I can't remember what situation it was, but somebody must have asked the woman, can I kiss you? Right? And the timeline, like, what kind of bitch man is this? Don't ever ask me to kiss me. Just kiss me. Blah, 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 blah.
Yeah,
and I was thinking,
2 different things, though.
Why?
Because one is kiss and one is touch.
When you kiss somebody, you don't touch them.
It's different.
No, what's different about it? They're both intimate. They're both intimate things.
On my days.
No, I'm not seeing any difference between.
But you know, there's a difference between
he
touching somebody in the vagina.
No, he wasn't
and
touching
kissing
her
you on it. It doesn't matter.
He was just touching her legs.
There's a difference. Well, there's a difference between touching your legs and kissing you.
So you're telling me that
I'm telling you there's a difference.
There shouldn't be. But you're not. For me, it's conflicting. You're telling me that you should ask for consent to do what I would suggest to be something sexual or sensual towards another woman. Yeah, right. But then you're telling me that I shouldn't ask you when I'm gonna kiss you. I should just do it.
Okay.
I don't.
Semantically, it doesn't make sense. I know, because it's both a physical connection.
Yeah, and there was really like, don't ever ask me. Like, there was proper putting the man down. Don't ever ask me to kiss me, or you're a bitch, you're a this. And I'm thinking, but you just been going on about consent.
Well, they're chatting rubbish. Because if the right man asked to kiss them, they'd be quite happy to accept that proposal.
True.
If they're in the right situation with the right man and he asks the right way, it won't be an issue.
I was like, what kind of foolishness is this?
You gotta remember though, in this current climate, we're in trouble whatever we do.
It don't matter what you do, man. You breathe too heavy, you're in trouble.
Yeah.
Let me just roll it back quickly. So bend the knee. I've looked up the definition of it, and it says submit. Is the one word. It says submit. Full stop. A country no longer willing to bend its knee to foreign powers. So the term bend the knee means to submit. I don't know what kind of dictionary your Android phone was
You were
on.
doing take a knee, innit?
I thought, yeah, take a knee.
Oh, that's American football specific. And then it says, what does it mean to bend a knee? Bending a knee is a formal act of submission to a king, a queen, or lord, a recognition of authority, and a demonstration of fealty.
But then, is bending the knee the same as a proposal, though?
But that's what you do at a proposal. You bend
but
the knee.
I don't know, because they didn't link none of that to proposals. So that's weird.
You don't have to.
Yeah, but you would, though, because that's probably the now, that would probably be the most time that most person would bend a knee or take a knee. No?
I don't know.
I don't know. Either way, I don't feel like, because and plus you're meant to submit to your wife regardless anyway. So
there you go. Okay. Here we go. So I've done bend the knee proposal.
Yeah.
Meaning, it's generally deemed a sign of respect and surrender, which makes sense. The man bends on one knee in an act of humility before the woman he wishes to marry.
Humility, that's the word.
And acknowledges he's surrendering his single life behind. So it's a surrender.
Of your single life, yeah. Which is right, though.
But it's a surrender. Either way, it's the point we're making. It comes down to the same thing.
Surrendering my single life.
But you are, though.
It's a submission.
Yeah, but the word surrender just covers everything, and submission.
Yeah, but what's wrong with surrendering your single life if you're going to get married? Ain't that what you're supposed to do?
So she's not surrendering her single life.
Well, she does, though. By accepting.
That's not bowing, though, is it?
Yeah, but she does bow to you.
Bend the bumbleclot knee.
In some cases, they actually bow down together.
Actually, she doesn't, because she just takes the ring and everything. She doesn't necessarily say, "I'm surrendering my simple life."
They do that in the vows.
Life, sorry. In the vows, that's if they stick with traditional vows. Sometimes they write their own vows.
And in those vows, it must have something. What you doing? What's this got to do with?
You don't know the song?
I know some, but what's it got to do with?
It's called White Flag.
Any chance for him to play his favorite white people music? That's what he do. Any chance he got? I'm in love, and always will be.
Okay, here's another one.
Don't even know the words.
Why do guys get on one knee to propose? It says here, knights would get down on one knee in front of their lord as a display of respect, obedience, and loyalty. So when a courteous gentleman was proposing to his lady, pledging his allegiance to her and declaring his undying love for her, getting down on one knee was the natural thing to do. So
behold,
a lady. Gaza.
Well, there you go.
For it is true, madam, I am the most courteous of gentlemen. May I take your hand?
Do you think you're a courteous gentleman?
I have my moments.
Yeah, he does actually. All right, so we've gone from that. And then we've moved on to this topic about you don't understand how consent is alright with one point, and then taking control is not alright with the other point, even though clearly you do understand it.
No. Well, this one I don't actually.
Clearly you do know the difference.
Brother,
I wouldn't. If I'm not asking to kiss you, I'm not asking to touch you either.
For me, it's one of those situations where on Twitter, I could, if I wanted to be facetious, I could basically say what you're saying. Why is it one thing? Why is it? But in the back of my head, I already know. I know why you're saying what you're saying. I understand it. And that's just that.
If I have the same power to just kiss you, I feel I have the same power to just touch you.
It's the paradox of life. No, because you can kiss somebody on a first date. You're not necessarily going to palm my bum.
No, but I would. If it was the first date, I would ask her. I would most likely say,
"Can I kiss you on the first date?"
If I was on the first date and I didn't really know her too well,
this is what you did on your first date. I don't kiss
gay babes. I'm up palm the bum before I kiss
Palm
her.
the bottom when I kiss on the first.
Okay, all right, let me think then.
It
All right,
can happen.
cup of breast then. Cup of breast. Would you?
We just gonna go couple press like that.
Yeah,
You can't just go
exactly.
couple press like that.
It depends on
But
how
you can-
deep.
but you can
Depends
kiss
on
a
how
woman.
deep the kiss is.
Yeah, because you might actually just go straight to the breast.
Yeah.
Wow.
It's true though.
Okay,
I hear you, but I don't know. On the first date, I've never done any of that. I don't touch women.
Shut up.
On the first date, I don't touch them.
You
I'm not-
touch women before the date.
No, on the first date, I don't
Yeah,
touch
but you touch women before the date.
On the first date, if I go on the first date with
You
somebody...
know inside the dad what I've said to him.
No.
I hit you tonight.
No, if I go on a date with somebody on the first date, I don't touch them.
But have you touched them before that date?
No.
So you've never slept with a woman before you've actually gone on a date with them.
I never slept with a woman before I've gone on a date with them.
That's why I just.
I love it when they answer it. Let me think of how I'm going to
That's
answer
why he
this.
said it, yeah.
Let
No,
me think of how I'm
I'm
going to
thinking
answer this
to myself,
properly
hold on,
by
hold on.
repeating the question
No.
and giving myself some time.
No, I repeated the question because I needed to understand the logic
I
of
need
it.
to give myself some time.
Hear what
So
I'm
I'm still
hear,
talking.
hear me again, yeah.
I never slept with a woman before on the first date.
Hear me
Yeah, I
again.
slept with a woman before the first
Have you
date.
ever slept with a woman before you've gone on a first date with her?
Oh, yeah, I have. Yeah, I've done that.
Well then, that you've kissed her before the date, bro.
Did you ask?
No,
Did you ask
I
consent?
haven't kissed her before the
Yeah,
first
but
on the
okay,
date.
he said
Simple.
on
Did you
the
ask
first
consent?
I'm just saying, did it?
Obviously.
To sleep with her?
Obviously.
Okay.
date. All right, have you ever asked consent to touch a woman?
Have I ever consent, like, what, can I touch you on your arm?
No, sexually touch you.
Can I,
Or to touch a woman in a
seductive manner.
Yeah, whatever. You know what I mean.
A sensual manner.
I don't know if I've
I've had a woman ask if she can lick my face.
Yeah, that kind of, but that the reason
wrong with this guy,
the reason that that's happened is because that's not like a normal thing, is it? To lick somebody's face isn't
He just
exactly
wanted to
normal.
say it, but look at him.
Did
I
you
know
check
you
her
just made
tongue
it say
Ice
first?
cream man, look
Did
at
you
him.
check her tongue first?
No, but we called her turtle.
Called a turtle.
Because of the roughness of the
We
tongue.
called her turtle.
Oh, okay.
I can't remember who you were talking about, fam.
This is my point. This is all these people that I forgot about Eva as well. It's just now I just remembered.
But either way,
She locked me up.
she asked you because she asked you because that is like
It's a strange request.
Yeah, it's not like a normal request.
Has a
She
woman
wanted
ever asked you for, apart from you, that's obviously been asked
She
you
wanted
lick,
to see if the black would come off.
has a woman ever asked
She
you
liked
for
my
consent
black.
for anything?
Asked me consent from everything.
Anything?
Yes, yeah.
And how did that go?
It went fine.
So they asked you what? Okay, I don't want to get into your personal business, but so they asked you for consent for something, and you just said, "Yeah, fine." You can
Yeah,
do
yeah,
it.
yeah.
Interesting.
She said like, "Can I taste your dick?" I was like, "Yeah, go on then."
Oh yes.
Yes.
All right, fine.
So
Has anyone ever asked you for consent? Well,
I don't even know, fam. I probably would even remember.
I think that face lick was the only one.
yeah, that was because it's a strange request.
Hoes have asked.
I said yes.
You've asked what?
Hoes, actual prostitution, though.
Yeah, they've asked.
They've asked.
I don't want your money.
And I've told them no. No.
I want the black.
Every single time. Webbs, how many different women have asked for your consent to do something?
Really can't remember.
Well, and they have to be the one that obviously insinuates the thing in the first place.
Insinuates.
Is that wrong?
Initiate, isn't it?
Initiate.
Sorry.
Man said
What God there?
Man said
Insinuation.
It's not that he said the wrong word. It's that he didn't know he said the wrong word.
Insinuation.
So yeah. All right. So
How many times have we asked consent? Have you ever
I don't
asked
ask
consent?
consent.
You don't ask consent.
What
No.
do you have? Do you get implied consent? Is that what you get?
Yes, everybody knows what's going on right now.
Mm-hmm.
It's definitely, and because I'm not exactly the
Consent type.
sorry, what's that?
Fucking hell.
No, he's not the type of person. I'm assuming you're going to say.
What did he
the
say?
forward. He said
You're
the
not the
consent.
consent type.
No, yeah, because I'm not. Yeah, the most forward. I don't know how do you put it. I'm not the most aggressive.
You're not putting it on her.
Forthright. You're not the most forthright.
Yeah, I'm not the most aggressive sexually in terms of chasing a woman down or trying to get a thing. So by the time I've done the thing or I'm trying to do the thing, the woman's almost like, oh, finally, what took you so long?
She's already.
Did you not get the message like 3
wow.
weeks
She's
ago?
already off in pan.
3 weeks ago.
So most times it's a woman that hit on me, not because again it's not because I'm super special.
They should
it's
call you
because
turtle, innit?
it's because I've taken so long and it's like forget it.
You know, women hate that.
I can't wait. I can't wait anymore.
You know, women hate that one.
Clearly you need a
what?
bigger message.
When they dropping all of these messages towards you and you're just not responding to them.
Nah, fuck that. I'm not playing those games because I'm not playing those games in general, and especially now in modern times. I ain't playing those games.
What games? What games?
This idea of you should know when you should be able to do X, Y, and Z when you can blatantly see so many examples of people getting it wrong outside where they've done exactly what the woman is advising you to do, which is, oh yeah, if you know, you should know the time, you should know when it's okay, you should know whatever. There's people out there that are thinking it's okay and it's not, and they're getting themselves into a whole heap of trouble.
Have you ever been in that situation?
Where's what?
Where you thought that sorry was okay and then you didn't know it wasn't okay?
I been in a situation where I thought something was okay, and then the person told me that it wasn't okay, and then at that point, obviously, everything stopped. But again, it happens.
It happens a lot.
So that's why, and to be honest with you, that incident was the reason why I don't do that anymore. Because I was like, all right, I've learnt my lesson.
Them triggers there.
Yeah, I've learnt my lesson. It's not fun.
We don't like playing silly games.
Yeah, we don't like playing silly games.
I think it's dangerous to girls when they start doing them types of situations.
Any woman that tells me, oh yeah, you should know that you should be able to do this and you should be able to do that, I'm scared of you already.
I've been watching you
Gaza.
for so long, it's a shame. Oh baby,
Stavros wants to be a star man so bad. Look at him.
He wants to be a sound man, innit?
I should have been brought up in Jamaica. Trench down Stavros. Yeah. I just need the sound effects. Wait till I get the soundboard.
This goes out to all the ladies all across the globe there. With the man there in the corner.
I'll turn it down until the chorus comes in.
Look upon him. For the
They'll be like this.
right. Look upon him. Look upon him in the corner.
Why is it that women are attracted to DJs?
Because
They got some form of power though, isn't it?
DJs
they
have
can move a crowd.
the greatest power. Like, that is leadership, if you like, without even speaking. Yeah,
They're essentially a Pied Piper.
Yeah.
Hold on.
We're going to sing it together.
You're as much to blame as I know you feel the same. See, Stavros, this is what they're telling you. I can see it in your eyes.
Jeez.
But I've got no time.
Right.
I don't want no wallpaper on the wall.
Got no time.
Scrub it off.
All the cats in the building. Reload for the cats. Reload for the cats.
Not too close to the mic.
Jeez.
Have it.
Bang.
To all the women I want to get pregnant tonight.
Tonight. That's
Find a man tonight.
what they say in it. Right. How's the groove?
Okay. All right.
I like that one. That's still the Ashley group. I'm not gonna lie. I do like that one.
Okay, let's deal with your two questions. Let's start with simple something first because we
People see me outside.
All right, British passports turning blue. Government rolling out blue passports from March 2020. So from next month.
Right, they really like the blue thing.
That's what I'm saying to you. So imagine
Polski's finest.
they're rolling out blue passport next month. When have you known this country to be able to be so fast at anything?
Yeah, but they've mentioned this from long. I knew about the
especially with
blue
passports.
It's not.
That's what the colour used to be before, though, isn't it?
So
Sorry?
that's the
It was a
colour,
blue
yeah,
passport.
that's the old colour it used to be. So basically, they actually were doing this anyway, and it has nothing to do with the fact that we're leaving Europe, right?
No, but we knew we were leaving Europe. We voted 3 years ago. Just because they were negotiating X, Y, and Z. It's not. It was a question of when, not if.
That's true. Okay. And that is when they did bring up the blue thing.
Okay, fair enough.
And so your new British passports are made in Poland.
Yes, made in Poland by a company that's half Dutch and half French owned. It's mad.
Britain is a nonsense.
It is actually a European passport in the real sense of the word.
It's a European passport.
We've left, but we haven't really.
Britain is a full of nonsense. I just look at Britain sometimes.
Twitter was getting excited as well because obviously Boris has gone and taken a photo with a new blue passport, and then Priti Patel has also taken a photo with a new blue passport.
They need to deport Priti Patel, you know that?
She's odious.
They need to deport her, and I will laugh when they do it. I'll play Sean Paul all day long. Deport him.
Hang on, but was she born here?
I don't know,
She would have been born there, man.
but the way that she talks is like she can't get sent back, and I would like them to show her.
It's her parents that would have to get sent back
Either one.
because they were saying that with her new point system they wouldn't qualify.
Yeah, they wouldn't qualify. That point is just a mad thing.
So, well, it's weird. You say that.
It's not that much different than what it was.
You say that, but I've been listening to people that have had to qualify from the previous point system, and they've been saying that it doesn't seem to make sense because the general public seem to think that this new point system is hard, when in actual fact, the point system that they went through was harder than the current one.
But was it in this country?
Yes.
I didn't think there was a point system.
No, there was a point system for foreign students, people that wanted to come in and then come here and then work and whatever. There was a point system for them.
But what is it for this now? This is just immigration.
No, it's if you basically you can't just come in. It's similar to America. You can't just come and say I'm going to live in the UK now. Done.
Of course.
Yeah. So this is why certain people will ask for papers. Can you sign the visitation paper for me? And then all of a sudden, when they come into the country, they disappear.
Yeah, you can't do that no more.
So you can either visit the country with your visa, or you can come here to study, or you can come here to work. So the first one, the visit is a visit. Okay, everyone knows that. So the studying one is I'm going to study X, Y, and Z for X amount of years, and then I'm going to leave, or I'm going to look for gainful employment. Yeah. And then the third one is I'm coming here because I want to work.
Yeah.
And then when you want to come here for work, is okay, what qualifications do you have? How well do you speak English? What kind of job are you looking for? How much is your job worth? And this is the bit that's changed, where for me it's different. They've raised certain bits so that it's a bit higher, and they've lowered certain thresholds. Yep. So like the amount you have to get paid, they've increased it from like 23,000 to 25,000, something like that.
Yeah.
And then there's other things that they've kind of lowered. So, and English you have to speak needs to be better, or stuff like that. So it's not, for me, it's not more difficult. It's different. Plus, when it comes in early January next year,
yeah,
it's still going to be on like a system where things can change, because they're anticipating things flopping. So it's not a concrete thing. It's a fluid thing.
But what I'm saying though is that, like I said, people who have gone through the previous system to come here to work and come here to live and all the rest of it are saying that this new system is actually easier than the older system.
In which way then? Because
as in the qualifying criteria is more lenient now than it was previously.
Not necessarily. Okay, for somebody that was gonna think of a job that you earn £23,000 and it's not necessarily classed as high skilled. I'm talking about you could do it and now you can't. So I'm
talking about skilled workers only. I'm not talking about. But
it's across the board now.
But if you're not, right, fine. If you're earning 23,000, you could have done it before. Now you can't. So for some people it's easier, and for some in some situations it might be easier, and in some situations it's not. It's not across the board because it's like imagine all the dials on here. Some have gone up, some have gone down. So if you were in a situation where the thing was really high before and now it's come down, for you it would be easier. But across the board, most of the things have gone up.
Okay, that's what you're saying about average. Yeah, go on.
So I was listening to Radio 4 and they was talking about this, and somebody that was working in the what do they call it when you're doing the food stuff?
Pick and pack.
No, the food stuff.
Hygiene, food hygiene.
No. Like you're
chef.
No, you're not chef, but you're working like you're a waiter, but you're a waiter. But they've got a particular term for it.
Yeah, I know.
Anyway, that industry, yeah.
They were a waiter.
Somewhere in that capacity.
Mm-hmm.
But he was like, in my role here, I'm very skilled in what I do. And I
catering industry?
It was catering, but they called it something else anyway.
Yeah.
But anyway, he went, let's just do with catering.
Hospitality.
Anyway. Maybe hospitality. Yeah. So then he was like, yeah, I've done my skill to do this hospitality stuff, and I'm very skilled in it. I've done it for years. But going by the point system, he won't be allowed to come in here and do this job.
You're not a skilled worker doing that.
So in his head, he was like, but I could have done this job before, and I'm skilled in doing this job, and I'm really good at doing it. But I can't. Going by this point, scale that it now comes in, he can't work in this country.
He should go Denmark.
Yeah, but he doesn't want to go to Denmark. He wants to come to the UK.
Like carers are not skilled workers under the point system. You can come in, I'm going to look after an old or disabled person.
But the net problem here though.
You mean skill?
The net problem here though, and I don't know how much the UK is aware of this or not. Maybe they are. But the net problem here is the skilled work that they're talking about, and especially the stuff that they need, doesn't necessarily exist within the indigenous population or within British people. So
they know that.
So they're going to have to, there's going to be more, I think there's going to be more people from outside coming in.
More skilled workers.
More skilled workers coming into the country. But what that means in reality is you're going to see more Chinese, you're going to see more Nigerian, you're going to see more Indian, because these people are the ones that are coming in with the qualifications, with the skills in the industries.
Let's say you're a highly skilled doctor. It makes no difference before to now.
No, but I'm not saying that. What I'm talking about is you have to remember that this is like in three parts. There's the government, there's the public, and there are the people that are affected by it. Mm. The people that are affected by it, the general British public, the ones that are on this leave, we want our sovereignty back and all the rest of it, they don't understand or appreciate the skills glut that's in the country. They think
don't assume that.
No,
some people just don't care.
It's not that. It's not so much. Yeah, I'm not gonna say that there aren't people that don't care, but for the most part, if you listen to them speak, you'll understand that they don't realize that there is a skills glut in this country. They seem to be stuck in this idea that we can do it, and it's like, well,
who?
As in the British people, we can do it, but in reality, they really can't because the skills glut is massive.
No, but okay, I think we're looking at it different ways.
Engineering in this country, there's like over what year was it? 2018, I think it was. There was nearly 50,000
but those
jobs available for that, but they couldn't fill the spaces because no one in this country does engineering anymore.
Simple. I think you've got it mistaken because for one, like I said, when it comes in, it's fluid. So if they realize, okay, in this industry, let's say it's some sort of working with cars or something like that, right? And wow, we really thought that we'd have people and we don't. Then they just change it, because it's fluid. So they have that opportunity to change things if need be. But for what you're saying, it seems like you're talking about skilled workers. You're saying that we think we have the skilled workers and we don't, which is that hasn't changed. If you're a skilled worker, if you reach these points, the type of things that Wala was talking about earlier on, where the person's a chef or the person's this and that, and they would have passed before, they don't care about that, because what they've said is that there are millions of people. They had a figure which was
8 million,
which was way overboard because a quarter of that were students, a quarter of that were old people that were either too sick or retired, and a quarter of it didn't make the numbers they got was all jiggy. End of the day, the real numbers of potential working adults was like under 1 million.
Yeah,
all right, but they can be put into these jobs that the unskilled workers were coming on from before. The thing is, what you would normally get is that the Brits don't want to work for low pay. They're not willing to do this low pay. They'd rather sign on or whatever it is. People
of course.
So what the government is now saying is that, well, if you're going to have to start raising wages, or these people are going to be put into work. It's one or the other, or maybe a bit of both. Yeah. In which case, what you might look at in the society, because with the conservatives, they've kind of got the rich people. It's like they're trying to deal now with the people these new people that have come on board. So what it gets to the point now, whereas if you're a conservative voter new, and you were a low skilled worker before, and you were not willing to work for, I don't know, £4.50 an hour, and then because people can't come from overseas and fill in this job that was down the road that you might have done if it was £6.50, and now they've had to raise their wages to £6.50 because the people that are coming from overseas can't do the job anymore. Yeah. And they need people to do these jobs. They can't have robots to do it yet. Yeah. Because the government said you need to start figuring out a way of automating it, getting robots to do it. But in the meantime, find it elsewhere. So now it's £6.50 or £7.50, and I'm willing to do the job. Brexit worked for me. I didn't want these people in the country. They're gone. Now the wages have gone up, and I can work.
Yeah, but those people don't understand that when that wage goes up, the value of the money goes down.
How?
Because now that is a £4.50 job. They're paying £6.50 for it, but the cost of your goods on the other end also go up. So you relatively lose out.
I don't know about all of that. I think that's I don't know about all that.
Okay.
End of the day, in this instance, as much as people are complaining and crying, or the left is, it could work out. It could work out in the benefit of the British, in quote unquote,
in inverted commas,
and it could work out for them. Because they're not dealing. Like I said, all they have to do is work at that scale. Are we letting the right people in? Because they're gonna keep changing it until they fine tune it until it's like, yep, we're letting the right people. These industries that the British are not going to do it, we're gonna just make some values for them to come in. They can come in and pick fruit, strawberries, whatever. Or when it's time to pick potatoes at the right time or something, whatever they're doing, we allow them to come in for between 3 months, and we're giving you these passes, and people are gonna come and do the jobs, and then you go.
Going on for what Simple Simon said, when it comes to sourcing materials and getting equipment and so on and so forth into the country from abroad, isn't the price going to go up?
That would go up because of Brexit.
It depends, because if I negotiate a deal with Japan, China, America, it could be the same, it could be better. But Europe, I know, is going to now try and punish us.
Yeah, right.
But then it's get to the point where it's like, well, what do we have in return? You're going to punish us with this. We could punish you. Well, Britain has something.
What do they have to barter with, though?
What Britain has to barter with is Mr. Wolf.
What's going on? What's going on, everybody? I have no idea what you guys are talking about. I'm assuming it's got something to do with
Brexit.
Shout out our boy from
Brexit.
Maryland. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, what's going on? Nice to be here. I haven't got a proverb for you. Let's just kick on and continue with the conversation, man.
Okay. We were talking about the new blue British passports that are going to come into play next month. That's March 2020.
Wow.
We got our passports back. They took our jobs. I said we twice. And I've noticed.
So what? Passports were blue back in the day.
Yeah.
Don't go like you were old enough to know.
Bro, I had a green passport. That's all I can remember.
Immigrant.
I don't remember it being immigration because our parents had the passports in it. I have no reason to hold my passport.
Put one briefcase in it.
Yeah, one proper briefcase.
Where they had their papers.
Yeah, pure papers, and one of them ones that has got the little
the dials.
The dials, yeah.
You know that.
Had a little password of 777 or some holy number like that. You know. Yeah, I mean,
is 37 a holy number?
Well, 7 is a holy number, and 3, and numerology I have read up on a little bit.
Okay, sit there.
So listen to this now. Sorry, just as we're talking about passports, yeah? Oh, for fuck's sake. The European Union is planning to soon tighten the procedures for getting a Schengen visa for nationals of Nigeria.
What's a Schengen?
Schengen is the agreement that allows you to go in a bunch of Schengen countries in Europe. So with the Schengen agreement, you can go almost everywhere in Europe. So from you've got that visa, you can go anywhere in Europe.
So they want to give that to Nigerians?
No, they want to make it harder.
Oh.
But only Nigerians, or are you looking at a Nigerian website?
It says only for Nigerians.
Yeah, I mean, I think they're doing the same thing with Nigerians in the United States as well.
Yeah, they put us on one of the lists, innit?
Yeah, Nigerian immigrants are one of the most successful of all immigrants that come to the United States. And even here, do you know what I mean? But the thing is that it is what it is. We are black folks, and this is how they treat us. So.
No, maybe it might be better for our own country if you have to go back.
The rebound effect could be beneficial. I agree with that.
And this is they're imposing the tighter restrictions because of Nigerians that go and don't leave. I swear down.
It's mad because they'll go there and they don't leave, but they're boosting your economy by doing.
Yeah, but we not gonna pretend like it's not the truth.
Yeah,
we're not gonna pretend like
a lot of Nigerians, leave to get either a better education and to get good jobs to provide money back home.
But here's the thing.
Understand?
So Europe's doing this now. Trump has done it now, and it's like that's two massive places that are saying like Nigerians in particular, like
because we run the economy.
So my thing is now. Is it going to be a wake-up call for Nigeria?
No, because they would have found another country.
A wake-up call for Nigeria in what sense?
In the sense that, hang on, like our people are having more difficulties going to these other places. Even though we are such a big part of their economy, maybe we don't have to go. Maybe
this is the same thing that happened with South Africa.
You know these.
Remember the xenophobia business? This is just them doing it on a different way of doing it.
Yeah, I hear that.
Yeah.
I've heard of an African country. I can't remember which one it is, but one of the people there representing the country saying we need to stop allowing our people to just get their skills here, then study elsewhere and take all the skills that they should be keeping here and going away. We need to find ways of keeping them, but it's how we're going to do that. And it's like we need to raise money so that we can pay people so that they don't have to get, if they want to be a doctor and they want to earn a good wage, then we need to be able to pay these doctors, we need to pay these engineers, pay these lawyers, we need to,
and that's fine. Like, that sounds good. You get me? But the thing is that the government have got to do more. I don't know if that's come from a government official, but they've got to do more.
It was a government official. It wasn't a man on road. It was a government official saying that we need to do better to keep our people in-house.
Do you remember that influx of people that went back home? Whether it be Ghana or Nigeria at some point.
How long ago was this?
Not that long ago. Maybe about 5-6 years ago, where lots of people were saying, we're going back. And they were buying houses in Nigeria. And they was buying houses in Ikoyi and all of these places where they was building up. And now a lot of those houses are derelict. Some of these places are trying to get sold off because they all came back to England. Because they were saying that when you get there, they thought it was one way. And as my boy Marlo said, it's not that way. because basically they thought that they'll go there and they'll be able to behave and act as they are here because, you know, the government will just allow you to go and do your work and, you know, I'm a skilled worker and I'll go there and I'll find jobs. And some of them did find jobs, but then as you were saying, some of them didn't get paid for months. Like a lot of the teachers in Nigeria obviously often are always protesting because they never get paid.
Yeah,
And that's one of the worst professions to be in.
Yeah.
And the police as well, the same thing, they don't get paid over
And
there.
it's just
And
ridiculous.
that's part of the reason why
Well,
they
it's
will
so
hustle
props.
you.
Yeah.
You get me?
And that is one of the biggest reasons as to why we're not being able to keep our skilled workers there. If Nigeria kept all those skilled workers in that country, it will be massive. If we need electric and a way of keeping people that work there, I mean, that have been educated back home.
Well,
to stay.
look at Demi last week. Demi said Demi's a skilled man. He's educated. He lived back home. He came here. And what I don't know if you asked him on or off the mic, you know, what do you think about going back home? And he said, with no light? He said if there was light, he's going back home.
All he needs is electric, man.
Sorry, let me give you some statistics here, yeah? In terms of expenditures, in 2018, Nigerians spent 5,315,000 euros in visa applications to Europe. 2.6 million of which was on rejected applications. So 2.6 million euros they just kept. And the visa got rejected. 3.5 million. I mean, sorry, 5.5 million was spending on
visa. Are you
visa.
trying to say that you apply for a visa, you give them your money, and if the visa is rejected, they keep the money?
Yes, that's what happens.
Yeah, that's not how they ordinary.
Is it?
That's exactly what happens.
See the privilege where he's never had a visa rejected. That's why he doesn't even know.
But can you see that though? Can you see that? So you imagine that they've got 2.6 million. They be in Europe,
Admin fee, bro.
Schengen, Europe. Have got 2.6 million for doing nothing, and they rejected them. But Nigerians are raising up to 5 million, 5.3 million in visa applications.
Yeah, that's nothing in the big team, I think.
It is really nothing.
Especially you're talking about Europe. You don't even talk about one country.
What I'm saying to you is, the means are there. Is my point, and that money facing inwards rather than outwards.
Always, definitely. And if we did better with our money, if we did better with our resources, it's like I always say, Africa's got everything we need in house. We do not need to look outside. It's because we don't control our things properly.
But do you think, because I was going to touch on what Wahala said, with the people that went back home from here and didn't make it or wasn't able to become affluent, was that because of bringing the Western ways back there with them?
Potentially, but the Western ways that they were bringing back with them weren't the bad ones. So they were thinking that they will be able to work without having to bribe.
Oh, okay.
Or they'll be able to actually get paid.
Well, to be honest with you, my uncle left Nigeria, rest his soul. My uncle left Nigeria for the same reason. Like, he was a chemist. And he said he just couldn't take it that a simple journey to work would cost him money in bribes, like just getting to work because of all the police blockades and whatever. And then whenever he applied for anything, there was always this avenue of pay money to get it done quicker or whatever. He said he just couldn't take it anymore. And he was trying to be a righteous man. He's a very religious man. So he was trying to live that righteous way, and he said he just couldn't do it in Nigeria.
What I don't want to for us to give the wrong impression of is that you can't go there and make it. I know of 3 people that I know personally that have gone and stayed there. And I'm talking, they've been there for, one of them has been there for about maybe 6 years now.
Okay. What did they do?
They're in IT, I think.
I'm much palm
yeah,
degrees. I'm not taking away from the fact that you can do it. You can do it.
Yeah.
But what needs to be understood is there is a certain level of sacrifice in order for you to be able to do it. And you have to sacrifice some of your integrity potentially. You have to sacrifice some of your, if you're a very honest person, you might have to sacrifice some of your honesty potentially. So I'm not saying that it can't be done. It can be done. But it's the price at which it's done.
But if one of them in particular, I wouldn't even consider her to be a hustler in any stretch of the imagination. And someone who would... I'm looking for the word, not degrade or demean their character to get by. She's just a person like you and I, or maybe I'm more of a hustler than she is, but she's made her way through the system. She says it's mad there. One of the analogies she actually used was quite funny. She said, imagine going to Carnival, being right in the middle of Notting Hill. That's Nigeria and Lagos every day. That's how busy it is. That's how mad, and that's how 100 mile an hour it is. And it's not for everybody. But people do leave this place, go there, and some people stay. Yes, it is difficult in some aspects and it's not for everybody. And I would even go as far to say that this could be, if I decided to up and leave and go to Belgium, for example, I might find some difficulties there. It may not be for me.
You might find difficulties, but the difficulties you'll find maybe stuff like maybe the language, maybe the understanding of the culture and all that type of stuff.
It'll be different things.
But
infrastructure problems, yeah.
But if you go to a country that you kind of understand the culture, because we're going to assume that we do, and you may understand the language, it just gets to the point where it's just people are just bothering you with things that you don't expect to be bothered with when you're trying to be a legitimate business person. And that's the thing, you're trying to be, there's people out there that want to be legitimate business people. They want to not have to feel like they have to step on 4 or 5 different ladders to get to the top.
Just remember was it
Dragon's Den?
Dragon's Den, was it the Nigerian one?
Yeah.
So for those of you who don't know what I'm talking about, there was Dragon's Den, a Nigerian edition. And one of the people bought
Alex was actually on one of those.
He was on it.
He was on this episode.
Oh, okay.
One of the people bought their proposals to the Dragons, told them, I need X amount of money, and he gave them the brief for this is what I need. This money is separated for tools. This money is going to be separated for pay, and this money is separated for. I can't remember the term he used.
He didn't say anything. Somebody asked him.
Okay,
they're like, "What's this 60,000 for?"
And in essence, he said, "Well, it was for bribes."
No, what he said first was, you know.
Yeah, but I'm just trying.
That's what he said to them. You know, and they was like, well, no, we don't know. What is it for? And he goes, you have to pay these people these types of things. And then the man was like, we don't do bribe. And he's like, what are you lying for?
Yeah. So because this program is going out to the world, isn't it?
Every one of them
so
did
the point
bribe
was,
on that thing.
You have to take into account that bribery is part of. You have to grease this machine.
Yeah,
but in saying that, in the UK, they did it as well.
It is the same
in America here.
But like I always say,
the contracts,
they do it differently here.
Yeah, they do it differently. It's more covert here, and it's more under the that we use the kind of, if you could see me, I've got my hand round my back. It's like a backhander where people can't really see. Whereas back home, it's in your face. What are you going to do? How can you help me?
No one's asking you directly for the bribe.
And I think
in this country,
here in this country is when you get really high, then it's applicable, and it's almost like you expect it when you get to that point. When you're CEO, when you're running this big business, when you're dealing with the government, you know that you need to do some backhanders or talk. I mean,
we're talking. Just the other day, Manchester City were banned from European football, and a lot of it was to do with illicit funds. Money being used in the incorrect manner. So it happens in all countries. It happens on all levels.
I know people might be listening to this thinking, oh yeah, what bribery system they're talking about in the UK. All right, in Nigeria, you lot went and got your passport in Nigeria, innit?
Yes.
One of you. How long did it take you to get your passport in Nigeria?
We did it within a week. It was
within a couple of days, hours. Yes.
No, because we had to go back. We went twice. So
did we go twice for us, or did we go twice because of the sister? I can't remember now.
All right, but we paid money anyways. We went express.
You went express,
yes, definitely.
And you got it. Like I know somebody who got their passport in the same day.
I think we got ours in the same day. We had to go back for somewhere else.
Okay, yeah. We were there all day for a few hours.
And you basically paid somebody to do it fast.
Oh, for sure.
Okay. In the UK,
not just do it fast, bro.
Yeah. In the UK,
expeditiously.
In the UK, you have an express service for the passport as well, which you also pay for. It's exactly the same thing.
No.
It is exactly the same thing.
Let me explain to you the difference between what we did and what they do in the UK.
I wonder if they have an express service in Nigeria.
Because the express service we got meant that somebody that I do not know has now vouched for me to say that they know me, and I've been in Nigeria for I've done what you... In fact, let me not incriminate myself. Somebody has done what you would call a fraudulent claim for their passport. Whereas with the UK, I would have put my legitimate stuff.
The main difference is, for me, is that when you do the express route in the UK or any other quote unquote legitimate company or country, the money is going to the same government that it was going to before. When I do express route in Nigeria, then the policeman is getting, because he's letting me go through the
I hear.
the line.
No, I get
the person behind the desk, the person behind the counter is getting a change, and the person that sorted it out is getting a change. They're splitting it between the 3 or 4 of them.
I get it.
The government is not seeing that money.
The point I'm making here, though, is with the issuing of the passport in particular, you are under the impression that this takes time. and in reality it doesn't. And you see when it doesn't take time because they ask you to pay more money in order for it to not take time. So
you're asking to pay more money to be put in the front of the line.
Again, the point here is the same thing is happening in the other case.
I don't see anything wrong with that.
I think the difference is, like I said, one money is going to the government. I am taking all of your money. You can either pay me £5 to get it in a week, or you can give me £10 to get it today. It's your choice. You choose. Whereas in Nigeria, it costs £5, and the government is taking that £5. Full stop. If you pay £10 to the person that works at the desk and you get it today, then that person is taking that £5, not the government. So that is the difference. The government but obviously the government have their own thing.
So it's a government bribe versus an individual bribe.
The bribe that they do here,
bribe is bribe.
I don't think it's a bribe, but the bribe that they do here, or the fraud that they do here, is through contracts. So they will say to build this road in this country,
Crossrail,
it will cost you this amount of money.
Wembley Stadium.
Yeah, then they'll up the price and say, no, actually now it's this much money, or actually now blah blah blah. And really, in essence, it probably was half of what they were doing, but the contracts then get cut down to the people,
and you can't come out of it now because they've started.
But the difference between, I always say the difference between Nigerian fraud and English fraud is they'll build a stadium.
No, well, Stavros is saying, before Mr. Wolf interrupted me, when I said that you have the fraud here where you have to be up the high at the level, the fraud back home is everywhere. It doesn't matter where you are, every single level, every single chain on the ladder is fraud.
You're greasing somebody's palm.
Whereas
fraud?
I don't see that as being much different here.
Okay, whatever you want to call it then. If you don't want to call it fraud, I don't know. But you have to, it's like you're constantly having to deal with something. Constantly. Whereas I know as a worker here, I don't have to worry about that kind of stuff.
I don't need to go to
if I rise to the top of a big conglomerate company, then I'm dealing with other people on my peers, then I have to start thinking about that stuff. But when I'm just working on my desk, I don't have to worry about that.
You say that, but like even if at work now, if you were to employ the principles of greasing palms in your current position as you currently are now, you'll see that things work differently for you.
They do
straight away.
But I don't have to do it to get on my day. Whereas with Nigeria, you have to do it, or they might arrest you because you don't grease their palm.
When I was in Ghana,
you just said your uncle couldn't get from one side to the other without greasing palm because he didn't know whether he might not be able to reach.
There were police checks between. When we went to see the slave castles from where we were in Accra, we had to. It's a police check every 20 minutes. It was about a 3-hour drive or whatever. So 4 times an hour you're getting stopped, or let's say twice an hour. Let's not make it too much. And if we had the driver that was local, even the people, remember, I was the only Nigerian. Everybody else there was Ghanaian. They spoke Ghanaian, or whichever language, or one of the 100 languages they speak.
Man said they spoke Ghanaian.
Yeah, but
you boy.
Because which language is it?
It could be Twi, Fancy.
Yes, exactly. So then wait. So because they didn't all speak the language, so they all spoke. They all understood. They all have spent some time there, but only the driver could talk. Nobody else was allowed to talk because the minute he understands who you are, then you need to pay me.
They knew you was one of them.
This is just no, because I look like one of them. Yeah, this is just to drive through. I can't cross this road without giving you money.
What's your Ghanaian name anyway?
Now, how simple is that? Yeah, man.
Yao.
Wednesday.
Yao. I cannot drive across the road without giving you money. And you're gonna say, but so in this country you have tolls. You can't go. You can't go from this country to.
So
you can't go from here to
Dartford
here
Tunnel. Dartford Tunnel is one of the big frauds.
Massive.
Because they said we're gonna build this tunnel and this bridge,
and we'll pay for it.
Pay for it with the toll money, and then we'll stop.
Yeah.
And then when they got to the point where they pay for it, they were like,
we enjoy this money.
We're not gonna stop anymore. We're gonna keep doing it. And we're gonna put the price up too.
Yeah.
You can go a different route.
What year was it? It was supposed to. It had been paid off by 2011 or something like that.
I know to get to your place, there's times I have to. It's either I can either go and pay the money or go a separate route, spend an extra 10 minutes and not pay that money.
How much is it?
Man, it's saying the location.
No, because it doesn't. You don't know where it is.
There.
250 or something, isn't it?
I don't know. I pay 20 a year.
Yeah, it's 250.
I think it's 250 every time.
Whenever I used to come down to your house, I never paid when I was using that car.
I know you was just rinsing up the thing.
Rinsing up the thing, bruv.
And you send me your location.
So,
and I'll be right there.
But at least I can go a different way.
The same with ULEZ and the congestion zone, really, isn't it?
Yeah, that's all bump.
It's all payment.
You pay road tax, and then you pay another tax to right on the same road that you pay road tax.
There's a lot of tax we pay, you know.
That's how they get.
And you're not really getting the money.
VAT essentially a bribe.
Oh, so your question was
Not a
about
bribe,
the immigration.
It's a fraud. What, mine?
Yeah.
So yeah,
About that.
And you had this house thing you wanted to ask.
Yeah,
okay.
ULEZ is a bitch. ULEZ and congestion charges.
ULEZ hurt me.
And the reason why I'm saying it's a bitch is because it is not a function. To put the premium doesn't in any way reduce the carbon output. It doesn't. It just you're gonna come here anyway, so pay us while you're doing
They
it.
don't care about all that stuff. Otherwise, they wouldn't be making less lanes for us to be sitting in more traffic to clog up the air. If they cared, anyway, let me not get started on that, man.
Go and have your rant. Go and shake your fist.
When it comes to this road stuff,
Jonathan Pye.
because I hate sitting in traffic. I hate sitting in
I
traffic.
also hate sitting in traffic.
Do you,
Oh, go on.
no, like, have you been watching your Love Island thing?
Yeah, why? I watched it yesterday.
No, because you have never spoke about it since this new season. I just wondered.
I spoke
why.
about it earlier before you came.
And he spoke about it 2 weeks ago.
Oh, did it?
Yeah,
Alright.
don't worry about it.
I told him off for not speaking about it before, and then he spoke about it. We went up for a good half an hour.
He got it out of his system, yeah.
Oh, definitely.
Oh, well done, son.
What's that got to do with what we were just talking about?
Are you not changing the subject?
No, I just wondered how you got there though.
No, you changed the subject. I thought I'd pop that one in.
Oh, okay, fair enough.
Yeah.
All right, so I was talking about this house thing. So I read something on Twitter and I wanted to ask you a question. All right, if your house is burning down, right, and all of your family and everybody's come out of the house, yeah, so everyone's going to be safe, no casualties on that level, but you could take one thing from your house, just one. What would you take?
Your face.
He looked like he had something to hide, did it?
You look so lost.
What you got under the mattress?
I ain't got nothing in my house, sir.
I don't know.
If everybody's out,
It's not including my phone.
I wouldn't care.
you can take it. No, that's because that could be left there.
My phone or my computer, something like that. Man.
Okay.
Or passport. I don't know. Man. Who knows, man? Who cares? You kind of need to get rid of certain things like passport and just like dismiss it. Otherwise,
No, that could be the thing you take.
because then for me, what does that say about you then?
Whether you took your passport.
Yeah.
I just wanted to know what it is. What thing did you take? Would you take?
In my head, I'm thinking it's one of the is my phone or my computer, because that's something that I can't just replace. I can replace my computer, but all the stuff on it is gone. If this hard drive is of all the podcasts it's backed up. If it's not backed up anywhere else, it's gone.
Okay, so you're saying laptop.
All right.
Gone. Simple.
My phone's in my pocket though.
It's a good question. You might have to come back to me because I can't really think of anything right
Mr.
now.
Wolf?
Yeah, I don't know. I don't think it's a good question, bruv.
Well, it's made me think at least.
Because you ain't got nothing of value.
Wow.
What are you joking about?
Straight to the chest.
Chineke me.
Oh, you bitch.
Man said you got nothing of value, you know.
He took your legs
Wow.
right from under you.
Did I just sweep the leg?
Yeah.
Come straight up. How you tell that next human being they got nothing of value?
I'm not even playing. That's
all
my
right.
boy, man. That's my boy.
Well.
But I don't know. I mean,
There you have it.
do you know the thing that just popped in my head is just a picture or a drawing that me and my daughter done when she was about 6.
And that's the thing. That's when you'd run in to go and take.
Yeah, because it'll burn, innit? It's like there's I don't know, like.
No, there's nothing wrong with what you're saying.
Yeah. It's like it'll be something like that. I can't even laugh because I got a cough, man. Yeah, it'll be something like that,
You hello?
or my hard drive with all the porn on there.
Yes. That Janet Jack me can't let go. Yeah.
You know, Jasmine
Cashmere.
You know.
Yeah, what are you saying? Well,
When somebody retires that was so great at something, you have to respect them. You know that? Fucking great she was.
Booty Talk 57. 782.
Wow.
Go on.
5
You got a lot of
42
possessions that
seconds.
Are
you
you trying to
like.
say you haven't thought about it? All the time?
No, because he's got a lot of things in it that he's bought. We
All
spoke about this in the previous podcast.
All
He's
right.
got things.
Let's
He
do-
doesn't want nobody touching his
All right,
things.
so let him think, and then Websling, what are you saying?
Do you know what? I was even thinking about this. I don't even know. It's like trainers, records, computer.
Records,
say it.
vinyl.
Shit. Vinyl, that is it. It's vinyl.
No point in taking one pair of trainers. I might just let them all burn.
Fucking vinyl. You're right, the vinyl.
Can I collect my trainers as a collective?
Okay, you can say trainers then.
As a whole unit, the whole.
So what? Your family has to watch you run back in and out.
Back in and out.
And you want the boxes as well?
Is my computer more important? The stuff on my computer, is that more important than the trainers?
Than your trainers.
Oh boy.
Because some of those trainers
Can't come again.
cannot come again. Cannot come again. But then the stuff on the computer cannot come again.
They haven't got everything on the cloud yet.
Not our stuff.
I don't think our stuff is important.
I don't trust that.
It
cloud.
is.
But you can download our stuff from
What if it
time.
rains?
I could actually. Yeah, but only you need raw stuff, man. When you guys is rich and famous and you're turning down $1 million deals, all this raw footage I have that we can
That proper hurt
that
me.
we can edit.
So
It made no sense to me. That's all.
You was 500,000 with the
don't you think you should put that in the cloud then, bro?
I'm gonna buy a server because then I have to now start
took a business.
looking at people and asking you, can you give me X amount of money so I can buy a
We can
buy
do
a-
it,
buy a-
but
buy a-
don't have to talk about
and
it
then put it offside.
Anyway, Webs,
Yeah,
vinyl, yeah.
vinyl or trainers. I don't know.
Vinyl or trainers?
Yeah.
Because fortunately my CDs are not in my house.
That's true.
Because them CDs missing will hurt me. I've got I don't know 300
my CDs are not in my
400
house either.
CDs.
Yeah, but my vinyl collection is small and it's not necessarily classics, but I like them because it's vinyl. And
So that's what you're going to take.
I have attachment to the vinyl still.
There you go.
So your vinyl, your trainers,
No, it's
no laptop still.
still with the laptop.
Your child's picture.
Yeah, we drew Princess,
I need to see this drawing. by the way.
Princess and a Frog girl. Yeah, I can't remember.
We
her
need
name
to see
now.
this picture.
It's a wicked drawing, you know. Brad,
Felicia
I
Raines.
even done a video of it, mate. Brad. Yeah, man.
This is the drawing that we done.
Together in unison.
Me and my daughter drawing the princess and the frog.
She coloured it. I just
did.
want it to be known that I did the actual outline.
I did.
See,
Come on.
I don't know what I'll take. I'll probably take I'll take my phone.
Bloody hell. After all that, bruv.
Because that's got everything that could probably link to me that I need to get.
Just your phone.
Somebody, the person that I read it for said their laptop, and they said it's got all of their memories on it. And whatever the thing you're going to take is the thing that's got the most memories to it. That's why your picture is so poignant. Because I think whatever's got the most memories is the thing that I would expect you to take the most.
But I don't know. Doesn't this make you lot think about single points of failure? Because if your laptop has everything on there, then really you should be devising a plan.
I've
where
thought
you've
about it. So my personal stuff
Yeah.
is like my wedding stuff, my pictures, my videos. That's all in the cloud. But our stuff, even though our stuff is in the cloud, but not everything is in the cloud.
I hear what you're saying.
All our audio, the same way that you are listening to our podcast, I could also go and download it as well.
I did
But
one of them time capsule things where I buried some shit.
You did it.
Yeah.
Bodies.
Where is it?
I ain't telling you that.
Okay.
So who's it for?
It's for the future.
For somebody just to dig it up.
Yeah, I know.
Am I really gonna go on my way to go find the dig?
Just polluting it.
You know, I am now because I'm gonna find out where it is. Because you don't want to tell me what it is,
I'm joking. I ain't got no
and
time
I'll go
capsule.
push you in the bush somewhere.
So vinyl, picture, vinyl, phone, laptop.
I'm thinking about doing a time capsule now, though.
My trainers, I love them, but I don't know if it's enough for me to go running in the back of the house, bedding house to collect.
Taking into account, I only wear like 5 pairs of the 100 and something that I actually have.
Exactly.
But it got me thinking about which one is the most important. Because it's like, if I could only take 1 pair of trainers, which one would I take?
If you
Would it be the most expensive or the one you wear the most?
let's link this back to the first question, yeah.
Which is
So let's say that the situation's there and you and your wife are outside, right? And there's only one thing you could take. One thing that's very personal to you, or one thing that's very personal to your wife.
Dun, dun.
Which one you taking?
I don't know, because I don't know what's personal to her. It depends what I think is. If she says, "Oh, I want my wedding ring," or I don't know, or something, and I think that's more important than the laptop, then I'll get what she wants. If I think no, it's not more important than what I want, then that's that.
Divorce.
Yeah, what if you think they're both as important as each other?
Yeah, that's the best way to do it.
It's not.
No, they're both as important as each other.
But then
So one of you's gonna be upset.
You gonna get yours, I'll go get
One
mine.
of us is going to be upset either way.
Yeah, but one of them's gonna be upset, and you're gonna be justified in that person's
The
upset.
way I judge is that I'm going to take the one that's more important. So you lot can say that they're equal. There's nothing in life that is that equal.
Don't worry then. Sorry.
Yeah,
Let's go to the next question, but it's cool.
Ego. I want to come.
All right, we need to discuss
I want to harvest you.
the Brits. Did any of you watch it?
I didn't watch the Brits, but I did watch the two brothers tear down the house.
I didn't watch Stormzy's one.
Yeah, Stormzy one was brilliant.
He was there for like 10 minutes.
10
did about
minute video.
17,000 songs.
Yeah, and he had Burna Boy
come
done
in.
his thing.
Is that the
So
little
what's the
Burna Boy
question
song that
anyway?
he sung?
Sorry?
So I saw a little bit of Burna Boy, like a minute or something.
He
He done his own song.
He joined
Yeah.
Stormzy with the song that he does with Stormzy, and then he did
I
his
can't
own
stand
song.
that song, by the way.
And
I wanna take my money.
well, first of all,
Take my money.
my missus likes watching music award shows because I got cussed for even watching the Brits. When I was in the group, like, who's watching the Brits? Everyone's like, who watches the Brits? And I got cussed. And it's like, my missus like watching all this stuff. And the Brits, no, because whether it's BT, I don't know about all these things, but sometimes I come on when it's on, or she even records it. Like, she ever watches it back. If she doesn't watch it live, she ain't watching it, but she still records it. Anyways, this one was good. The Brits was fully decent. Fully decent.
Because it was the Black Brits, wasn't it?
It was the Black Brits. Most of the performances were black. Half of the winners were black. The biggest winners were black, most of them. And then you had a very, very black performance from Dave, who smashed it. Oh my days, what a performance. Oh my days. And then the next day, people were talking about he bigged up the people in jail. How dare you?
Listen, I didn't watch the Brits, but I again saw some Twitter backlash. I heard, what's the difference between the Brits and the Mobos? I heard.
Is it?
I heard.
I don't listen.
Stormzy's talking about the country being racist and lack of inclusion or whatever. And that performance, there wasn't anybody that on the stage that wasn't black.
Yeah, I saw one tweet. Is there even one? Because he had, at one point, towards the end of his performance, behind him, he had maybe 50 people.
Yeah,
Pure black dancers.
Somebody
man.
else.
No,
is there even one black person there?
I saw
White person.
I saw
White person,
I saw an Asian. I saw two Asian people in that little
That's inclusion,
collective.
isn't it?
Yeah, exactly. So I heard the tweets were like, oh, so much for inclusion. It's not that I have a problem with them all being black on stage, but the hypocrisy gets on my nerves. Like, he comes out talking about how the country is this and the country is that, and then he does this complete same thing in the opposite. Just general trolling bullshit. So
I still don't blame him because like I say, I always reverse it. Imagine me watching the Nigerian awards on TV, and then there's a white artist that comes up on the stage with 50 white people, and then he's complaining about something or another. I would notice if I was doing that. I would notice.
I think Dave's performance was. Griff said the same thing, and I'd watched Dave's performance like 2 days after everybody had watched it. And everyone was going on about it. But I just couldn't bother to watch it because I'm not one of those people that goes to watch live performances.
Okay.
So I watched it 2 days later. And even though people had hyped it up to the 9th, it was still as amazing as it lived up to what people were saying. It was that good.
It's only the sound was poor, man.
Man sat down and played the piano while he was rapping. And then somebody else came. It's like, if you actually think about what he did, it wasn't that crazy. Like, crazy.
It was the effects on the
screen.
It made you listen to what he was
He's saying. Yeah. And the lyrics, obviously, of the song are the lyrics of the song.
The song is black.
But then the freestyle that he did after was just taking the piss. Then the way he just walked off the stage, he did it with so much swagger.
When he dropped the mic, me and my wife went, yeah!
He did it with so much
We
swag.
actually did a fist pump. Like, go on, my son, get in there.
He commanded that stage.
His mum must have been so proud of him sitting in the crowd there.
Yeah, he commanded that stage. And I like the little tribute, because again, they couldn't say this one about Dave, because Dave did a whole little tribute about the white friend.
They did say it about Dave.
What about his white friend? That he did. I'm talking about. He did.
It wasn't his white friend. It was those people that got stabbed.
No, one of them is that guy's his friend.
Is it?
Yes, that's his friend.
I didn't know.
Yeah, that's his friend.
Okay, so we're talking about the recent terror attacks in the UK. The people that got stabbed were the ones that they were fighting for basically jail reform, how to deal with people in jail and how to rehabilitate them properly, not just send them in there and then kick them out after X amount of years without actually doing something to make sure that they become a better person to society. So that's what they were there for. And in this thing, the person who stabbed them had recently come out of jail and they were in the same place. So I thought he was because he only focused on the dude. He didn't mention the woman.
Yeah, he knows her. He knows him. Sorry.
So okay,
he knows him because when he died, he was like, I remember on Twitter because he was on there like, nah, I can't believe that. It's his friend, I think.
Yeah, but overall, fantastic performance, just like you said.
His performance is bad. It's just
the graphics on the piano.
In fact, can I touch on that? A friend of mine, large up yourself, Trevor. He owns a company called Tour Music Live, and he is the tour manager for Stormzy, Wretch, Steph London, Dave, Hamza, and a few others. So everything that you saw on stage, he's a stage manager as well, is him. So he done all of what was Stormzy and all of what was Dave. So afterwards, I just texted him, "Did you do the Brits?" He said, "Yeah." I said, "Listen, bruv, smashed it." Because the whole outline of the piano, the visual of the piano as well. Dave done that. Is it NPR thing?
With the tiny desk.
Yeah, he done that, and that's the first time that I realized that he can play the piano. And I was like, "Right, this guy is a serious brother." And correct me if I'm wrong, but is this guy 21 years old?
21.
Bruv, it's a serious Nigerian right there, bro. That is a serious. But large up him and Stormzy, two black African young men doing their thing, man. You know what I mean? And they both spread a very, very good and poignant message in two of their songs.
You know what? I don't always, but I think a lot about when they talk about Dave, and especially when people talk about him at the awards, and I see him with his mum, the conflicting issues that his mum must have with both her children.
What's that?
So one of her children was in the news and was known in the news for stabbing somebody to death in a gang attack, and he's in jail for life, I think now. I don't know if it's a whole life, I don't know if it's 24, but in life for prison, right? So one of your children is well known for that, because that was a big case in the UK about that boy. When I read up about what his brother, I was like, right, I remember this case. I remember them discussing it, about them chasing the boy into the Victoria Station and blah, 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 blah.
Wow.
Right? And he was there's only 3 of them that went for murder, and Dave's brother's one of them, yeah?
Wow, I remember that.
Right? So that's one of your children. Then he's got 3 children. There's one of them that also went to jail, but that's not a big head on there. Right? But then your other child, now your young one, is known for being one of the most artistic people in the UK for his age. Like, people are almost calling him a genius for the age that he's at.
He won album of the year.
Yeah, right? So he's the most prominent UK artist at the moment, and all the successes, all these people are saying good things about him. That conflict of seeing all of that as a parent, how do you for me, it would be like mad. 1 minute, the media's obsessed with my son because of this, and they're saying all of this about my family and me. And then the next minute, they're saying this about my other son.
I don't see what you're saying. I see what you're saying, but I just disagree, because every parent that has more than one child, the children are different.
Yeah, but you're not going to have a thing where everyone in the world's going to see your children.
It's the 2 extremes.
Yeah, and 2 different extremes. You're not going to have the world talking about your son in 1 minute, the son saying this about your son, this, that, and the other, and then the next minute the son saying this about your other son, and it's this, that, and the other. Obviously, they're still going to take it with not their rubbish because it's the son, but it's a mass situation.
It's a very interesting thought, and it'll be interesting to see, or if his mum ever done any kind of interview regarding her thoughts towards it. So I know that Stavros is saying that he doesn't quite get it, but Rebs was just saying that they are 2 massive extremes, and they are extremes that are public. So as a parent and as a black woman, you get judged on so many different levels, and you get one of your children who has, committed one of the worst crimes that you can ever commit, and then you got your other son who's doing amazing things. So, I know that children are different. That's obvious, but it's
just the fact they're in the limelight.
That's what I'm referring to.
Yeah, but then any parent that has their child in the limelight has to deal with it.
Of course she's going to deal with it.
They're children in the limelight. There's one child in the limelight sometimes, not necessarily 2 or 3.
I think
but I'm saying there's two children in the limelight for 2 extremely different things. I'm just saying, at one point you might have thought that you was a failed parent because of this one child that's in the limelight for the thing that happened first, and then now you've had this child that's in the limelight for a completely different thing, and now you think to yourself, maybe I didn't fail as a parent. Like, there's a lot of thoughts that might go through your head when these types of things happen. I don't know. I might be just chatting rubbish. I don't think I am.
As a parent, when you have more than one child, I'm guessing, because I don't know, I don't have more than one child, but I'm guessing if you are the type of person that takes stock of your progress, you then come to appreciate that your first child was really an experiment, your second child was the learnings of the first, and your third is the combination of all of the learnings that you've had from the previous two. And if you are unfortunate enough to be in a situation where your first one was wayward, there is some level of personal responsibility to be taken there.
There's three of them.
I think as a father,
As a father,
you know, of two children, I don't think you're too far off the mark there.
Well, the first child, the practice child.
When I had my son, I was always around children, and I always helped look after children when I was young. I took care of my niece long before my son came, you know, changed their nappies and all those kind of things. But then, obviously when you become a new parent, you've got this brand new situation. Just like you say, it's almost like you're learning on the job.
Yeah, completely.
You know what I mean?
It's an apprenticeship.
There's no blueprint to this. So there are some things that I have done differently, with reference to my daughter, as opposed to the first child that I had. It's quite interesting.
But that's going to happen regardless, because they're boys and girls, and you may treat them differently.
I was just thinking as I was looking upwards is how different I would have done some things if I had a son. Do you know what I mean? It's quite an interesting thought process. But the older the kids get, the more important it is to instill certain values in them and have that influence within them, you know, because they don't forget those kind of
Again, I sometimes I think different, I suppose, but it just came to my head how she must feel. But because I know I don't want to go too long on this, but what do you think about this thing where apparently he dedicated the award to his brother, the same brother that's in jail?
He said, shout out to people he said he bigged up X, big up my management, big up such and such, big up this, big up people in, he didn't even say.
Okay, he didn't mention his brother. Because it was, I was reading that they said that he was dedicated to his brother in jail.
Like,
well, they would say that, innit?
People in jail or something along those lines.
Okay.
It was, for me, even when he said it, even I thought, well, that's so generic. Like, you can't just big up people in jail generally. Like, pick somebody.
Everybody.
Or my people.
Yeah, big up all the people in jail.
Big up on C Block, yeah?
Yeah, the paedophiles, all of them.
Maybe it was my people in jail or something, but even then I was thinking, but even then, some of your people that's in jail deserve to be there. Like, I just didn't think this is like when Chip won his mobile before, and his Chip's brother was in jail, and he bigged up his brother. And he said, like, big him up, and then his brother was like, yeah, the whole ward went mad when my name got shouted out when you were there picking up your award. That makes sense. This is your brother, and you want to shout him up. And he might not necessarily, I can't remember now, mention the fact that he was in jail. Whereas I think Dave had the opportunity to big up his brother and say, you know, you're in my heart.
He did it for the last one of the awards in the past.
As much as, you know, I'm winning and I'm on this big stage, I'm still thinking of you. But it was more of a generic thing, and I was thinking, it didn't make sense to me. But when because I don't think he was expecting to win best album of the year. So when he's up there, obviously he was a bit overwhelmed, and maybe he probably wasn't thinking about what he was saying properly.
Can I ask you guys a question, just to kind of relating on that? If one of your closest friends or even a family member committed a crime, a pretty bad crime, you know what I mean? Do you support them going to court and things like that?
Did he do it?
They done it, yeah.
No.
Would it depend on the nature of the crime?
Let's say that they committed murder.
It depends why they did it.
Let's say that it's murder, it's not manslaughter.
It depends why they did it.
Okay.
If I would commit the same murder for that reason, then I'll support them.
Okay.
So if somebody went and beat up their mum and he went to then kill that person, I support it. If he was in some form of gang violent war and he went to go and chase this man down and he saw him in McDonald's and he stabbed him, no, I don't support it.
You wouldn't go to the court and okay, that's Wahala. Webbs. And I'm going somewhere here. I'll continue afterwards.
Probably there's follow the same route as Wahala, but then what if it came under self-defense?
That's different, isn't it?
Yeah.
Not really. If you claim self-defense, but they claim it's still murder.
That's for you to answer.
No, I'm saying you think that he did it self-defense. I don't care about what they think. If I feel like somebody was trying to kill him and he had to then do something to save his life, then that's different. I'm saying if you went out of your way, you went to go link up with the man to go and chase this man down, to go and stab him.
Premeditated murder.
Yeah.
Okay.
For and then even there's reasons. There has to be reasons because there's premeditated murder that I would agree
No,
with.
we're talking a family member here.
Yeah.
You'll just disown them.
I'm not saying I'm disowned, but I'm not gonna go help you, take you to. I'm not following you to. I'm not even gonna visit you in jail.
Okay, that's deep.
You won't see me. I ain't going to jail for no one.
Simple.
Yeah.
Sorry, have you finished?
Yeah, like I said, I'd probably follow the same route as well.
So you ain't seen your cousin brother in jail if they killed somebody and you thought you shouldn't have killed this person. You're not gonna check him in jail. Yeah, I'm thinking of a cousin.
Yeah.
Okay.
Definitely, if it was you, I wouldn't either. Bury him under the jail, damn it.
Sending videos.
Yeah, I probably wouldn't go to the jail either.
Okay.
Well, I wouldn't go for prison visits either. Probably not.
I might send them a letter.
Even going to court whilst he's trying to exonerate himself.
Depending on what the circumstances of the thing is, it was depending on whether I go court for the exoneration bit. But as far as like the jail going to visit, I'm almost like a hard no for that one.
Would it be the same thing? Sorry, for the both of you. Would it be the same thing under something like armed robbery when there's no one and they have done it? Same narrative.
I'm not going to go for. You're an idiot.
Yeah.
Why am I now going to go and put myself in that situation because you are an idiot?
So yeah, it would. The circumstance would dictate probably whether or not I would want to visit the person in jail. But in most cases, I'm against it.
And they can come out and be upset, and I don't care.
I don't know about. I would understand why they would be upset. When
I would understand it, but I wouldn't care.
I would care.
Who asked you to put yourself in that situation?
I would care because I look at the relationship and how the relationship is broken down, and I know it's a matter of consequence, but I would care. And if they wanted to hold it against me, I would be completely fine with them holding it against me.
Yeah, but why wouldn't you think they would think the emotional distress it's caused you as well?
No, but you don't though.
You're not the one in jail, fam.
Yeah.
They're in jail all day long thinking.
As far as they're concerned, when they're in jail, as far as they're concerned, they're the one that's going through something. Do you get what I mean?
No one outside is not bothered at all.
Yeah, you lot out there are free. You're doing your thing.
You're in jail. It's your time to reflect on what you've done.
Yeah, but it sounds good saying that.
No,
until the reality of what jail is comes into interaction. People think that jail has to be some horrible conditions necessarily, but jail isn't just about horrible conditions. It's about your lack of freedom, your freedom of movement. Mm-hmm. It's about your inability to make decisions for yourself. It's about self-governance being taken away from you. That's a massive part of jail.
A lot of people come out of jail very bitter and very have an expectation of people outside of the jail as well. A lot of people come out of that expecting.
Yeah, because while they've been sitting down, the idea is you have to remember that there's a certain level of paranoia that occurs. So if you're sitting down in jail and you haven't had the contact with some people, and maybe you were tight with those people before, and then you've had absolutely no contact with them since you've been in jail. When you come outside, your mind is in the place where I was sitting down almost stagnant for this period of time, and you were able to be making progress. So there's an expectation that they expect to see something different from you, at least.
For them, I'm talking about.
But yeah, but then at the same time, their relationship is on pause from the moment when they went in. And if you look directly before the moment they went in, you and them was tight. Mm-hmm. So as far as they're concerned,
for them.
Yeah, as far as they're concerned, nothing has happened in between the two of you, aside from them going jail, for there to be any animosity between you. So then when they come out now, it doesn't matter if it's 15 years later or whatever, for them it's like, where we left off was here. And we haven't spoken in between, so I don't know that anything's any different. So then when you then see them after that time and you're like, well, boy, you've been in jail 15 years, I don't know you no more. They're like, well, but, you know, we were cool.
The only time I wouldn't maybe go in is if like somebody's told me in some way, shape or form that the person might end up being suicidal.
Okay.
And they need me to get them out of that. But then they might not like the discussion we're going to have either.
That's blunt. Stuff?
I don't know about the word support, but I'll be there for my family member if they go to jail and if they're in court and whatnot.
Okay. And nice. Why is your answer different? Why do you come with that conclusion?
Because they're my family member. For me, this is why I guess people have an issue when I say I judge, and I say everyone judges, and they're like, well, why should you judge? You shouldn't judge. I judge. So I've judged you. You've done something wrong. I judge you for doing that thing wrong, but that doesn't mean then I cut you off. That is not what the judgment is about. The judgment is you've done something wrong. If I was all about, like, one time in my life I've cut a family member off. It's happened once, and basically I gave them a chance, and it was for something small. In the big scheme of things, it was such a small thing, but it was a collection of things that I didn't like. It happened to be the small thing that brought the camel's back, but I gave them the chance, and you were interacting with me. So if you continue to do this with me, then I see that as a disrespect. I don't want to keep talking to someone that disrespecting me. But if you make a mistake outside, then you are still my family member. If me and you still have a relationship where you still look at me as a certain way and I still look at you a certain way, I can be upset with what you did. There would be certain circumstances where I would have to distance myself from you. If you had gone out and raped somebody, then if you had done some paedophilia business, then, but for me, like murder, I don't necessarily think I'd put that in that bracket. Murder is in a bracket where it's like, yeah, I'm very upset with what you did. You've taken somebody's life. Like you said, it's one of the worst crimes you could commit, but I don't know if then all of a sudden I cut you off, you're not my thingy.
But I'm not cutting anyone off, by the way. I'm telling you, I'm not going to go visit you in jail.
And I'm not
going to court with you.
You're not going to
if
court.
you come out, me and you could clearly get on.
But I'm assuming.
But I'm not doing the court thing, and I'm not going to go visit you in jail.
It'll be completely different if it's your child, for example.
Boy, we've had this discussion before where I said I might even shop my child into the boiler if I saw that he was doing a foolishness.
But in terms of them committing a heinous crime like that, you would stand by their side and go to court with them.
I don't know.
It's a tough one.
But I have no children.
That's a tough one.
For me, it's not a tough one. My child is my child. My child is more important than any other person. So they killed somebody. It's unfortunate. They shouldn't have done it. But they're more important than that person that died. They're more important than everyone they're more important than the judge. They're more important than the jury.
This man last week said that he will press a button that will kill majority of people for his immediate family. So that makes sense to me. What you're saying.
All for me, whether it's for better or for worse, that's what I care about. I care about my people. So I wouldn't want that if I've made a mistake, all my people now scatter. Well, you're done with me.
No, but the thing is, it's not done because it's happened to me before. Like my cousin, I've had a cousin that's gone to jail, but I've told them from we were very young. I said, listen, you man, I'm not going to dictate to you what you should or shouldn't do with your life. But you see, if you end up in jail, you have to understand that there's a very low possibility there's a very high probability that I'm not coming to see you in there.
That's right.
And they were like, oh, how can you be like that? I'm like, bro, I'm saying to you that I'm not coming to see you. That don't mean that our relationship has to change. It don't mean I don't care about you. I'm just not coming to go.
Why are you not going then?
I spend a lot of energy making sure I don't end up in jail. Yeah? I spend a lot of energy for myself, making sure that I don't go there. So then you're going to fuck up and go there and I have to come there to come and see you. I don't want to be in that place at all.
Ever at all.
For no reason.
Lie.
For me, the person is more important than me going into the jail as well.
I hear that. But that's just like different standards.
I'm a selfish person then.
So I'm saying, so I've told them from a long time ago and then in the end it happened. He went and, obviously, other members of my family have gone to see him and whatever. He's asked how I am. I've asked how he is, and they've got the messages and whatever. And
via carrier pigeon. And who was it? I think they asked, "Oh yeah, do you want us to? Why don't you send him an invite?" And my cousin said, "He ain't coming to see me. I know that already. He's already told me that. So there's no reason in me waste." Huh?
VO.
Yeah, VO. Yeah. Why didn't you send him a VO? I was like, no.
South London.
He's not coming to see me. And I know he's not going to come to see me, and I don't have to have a problem with that. So it's because I've told them from young. Like when they're getting into stuff, I'm like, listen, I'm not going to tell you not to do stuff. Do what you're doing, but know that if you end up in the cling, man like me might not come and see you. It's a very high probability that I'm not coming to see you.
So go on, Mr. Wolf. What's your point?
Well,
actually, where do you stand on it as well?
I'm with Stav, 100%. That's just me. Because it's family, I would like to be treated. Yeah, I'd like to be treated in a similar way that Stav is going to treat his family. I mean, it's not an easy decision. It's not something that I would feel. I mean, because people tend to forget about the family of the perpetrator. People don't really think about that, and it's understandable that people think about the victim. the family's victim and things like that. But when people commit these heinous crimes and they do things like that, there's not much focus on like the family who may be deemed to be normal people that have brought, or who've quote unquote,
No, I think
who kind of are going through their own kind of mental trauma. You understand what I'm saying? So I would still try and be there, go into court and even visit them in jail just to show support, because at the end of the day, sometimes we do not think about rehabilitation enough when it comes to these things.
You said something that I think is the reason why I'm opposite to maybe not you, but definitely you. I don't expect somebody to come with me if I did that. If I did what I did, I don't expect to see. I don't expect to see any of you, man. I don't expect to see Stab. I don't expect to see any of these people come and follow me into court for my foolishness. No, but I'm saying me, I wouldn't expect it. I want to. If they said, "Do you want me to come?" I've told them no.
You would expect it.
I wouldn't.
If you killed someone, you wouldn't expect mummy and daddy to come with you to court.
If they know that I definitely did it, and I did it,
Mr.
I don't expect them to be following me, especially my dad.
Right,
I don't expect it.
All right, Mr. Wolf, can you?
Don't just dismiss me when I'm talking.
But you know that he would be there.
I don't. No, I don't. Okay. I think that if I fully went out there and murdered somebody, I do not think that my dad would come and follow me to court. I do not think that.
Okay, Mr. Wolf.
Okay.
Do you think your dad would do it?
My dad would, yeah.
I don't think and he knew you, and you knew that you murdered that person.
Yeah, I think that my parents would. I don't.
My
think
mum
that they
maybe.
would.
My dad, I don't think he's coming.
Yeah, no, I think they would. But there's some really good people that I know. But let me just quickly jump into one little story. One of my friends went to court to support his cousin who committed a crime, and he was in his head. He was hoping that he would get off, even though he knew he committed the crime. Yeah. So his cousin told him that he'd done it. But he was obviously telling porcupines to the court, I didn't do it, I'm pleading not guilty, so on and so forth. And he was supporting him, trying to get him off, although he knew. And then at one time during the deliberation, he kind of like sat back and thought for a second whilst he saw the family of the victim. And he thought, hang on a minute. And it was like a light bulb moment in his head, like, I'm here supporting my cousin knowing that he's guilty. You know what I mean? That family's going through that thing. He questioned, should I even be here? Should I really be here? You know what I mean? My cousin's guilty at the end of the day. And sometimes people go in blindly to support their family, knowing that they've committed the crime without having an empathetic a thought process in their head about the victim. You understand? So there is that side of it. And that's why I kind of asked the question initially. And there's one guy that I know in particular who is who does a lot of community work. And, he tries to get boys off the street, people that have carried knives, boys that have, committed those kind of crimes. So, I think they call this, intervention.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, he's gone in, he's intervened with this young man who was caught carrying a knife, and he turned his life around basically by being his mentor, got him into education, got him applying for jobs, got him to think differently, all whilst the court process is going on. He's got letters from MPs, letters from prominent people to say that this young man has changed his life around.
Yeah.
You get me? So he's gone to court now, and he's been found guilty and given quite a heavy punishment.
Yeah.
And he felt like all of his hard work has gone to waste. We were having a conversation that, you know, the court system is this, that and the other. You know, they don't think about rehabilitation. And then I kind of like stopped and told him, like, at the end of the day, he committed the crime, innit?
Yeah.
He's done what he's done. He's almost got to pay the price for it. Although he's a young black man and he's probably going to pay more than the average individual would. So he kind of figured that out, and he knew that he would have to pay the price. But I don't know. I just wanted to reassure him that the work that he's put into that young man, although he's going in to jail, is not a wasted process.
The only time that work would be wasted, in my opinion, would be if the youth doesn't continue in the vein that he's been mentored in.
And it's hard.
If he then just relapses and then turns to the other side, then that would be wasted. But at the moment, it's not wasted as yet. Because, like you said, he was turning his life around, which means he was changing the way he was thinking. If the guy's thought now starts changing back, then that's a waste. If he continues with that mentality that he's now got going forward, yeah, he's doing his time. It's a shit situation. But if he continues with that mentality going forward, then it's not wasted.
Can I just quickly say one thing before I go?
Yeah.
Right? If I ever get arrested for something and I tell you I ain't did it, yeah, and I tell you I ain't done the thing and I haven't done it and you believe me, and I come out of jail and I see any of you people tweet or write a bust case, I'm going to be vexed at all of you. I hate that term.
Bust case.
I hate that term.
What do you mean? Like if you are
man
guilty,
bust case.
If
No,
you're
I'm
guilty.
not guilty. And they keep writing man bust case.
And you won.
Yeah, because it automatically makes me look guilty. Every time I see somebody say somebody bust case, I think that person did what they did.
What would you prefer us to say?
He was exonerated.
Fuck me, boy.
I don't want you to be put in bust case.
Anyway, outside of that,
Fuck bust case.
Freedom.
Joker. Outside of that, though, I think you touched on something where the perpetrator's family, like it's mad. The relationship that you have with somebody doesn't necessarily change dramatically if they're then guilty of a crime. Obviously, it matters what type of crime it is, because I don't think any one of us here would be cool with somebody if we found out they were a paedophile, for example, and they were amongst our circles. Even if they were a family member, I don't know if we'd be all right with that.
You'd be surprised how many people are though.
But you don't know. We know that. You know what I'm saying to you? I'm saying if you knowingly know the person's a paedophile or whatever, your relationship.
But there's some people that are.
Yeah, fair enough. But I'm saying that it is a weird relationship that you hear on the news how this person murdered somebody else, but then if that person's a family member to you and you know them how you know them, as much as that crime sounds disgusting as you're reading it in the paper, because of how you know the person, it doesn't have the same harrowing effect, if that makes sense.
Bruv, there's some murderers out there that are the nicest to your mum.
Yeah, it makes you think
It's crazy.
how well do you really know that person?
But then, I don't know, does it, yes, it could possibly raise that question, but it could also raise the other side of it, which is you kind of almost want to understand more because you know this other side of them. Does that make sense? Yeah, because like you said, they will say hello to your mum or whatever, but this person is like 100% respectful. Your mum sent them to the shop. Like, you know what I'm saying to you? Like, they play the role of the person who you would expect. Like, they have
a respectful person to be.
Yeah, they would have all of the culture, they have all of the respect, they have all of the attributes, but they just murdered this person. Do you get what I'm saying to you? And it's like it's a lot to deal with mentally. It's a hard thing to conflict with mentally.
It's a good question, just a trigger in the mind, isn't it?
Could be. I don't know, man. We're all animals anyway.
Right. And on that note, you just remind me of a line actually. P Money, when he's talking about having beef with somebody, and he said,
I love it.
Waga Mumsy, is my man about?
Go to your nan's house.
Are you mad? Waga Mumsy, is my man about?
P Money, the animal.
You know who else done something?
I'm speaking.
Do you know who else done something similar? Jay Huss as well. He says about his mother across the street.
Yeah, walk his mom across the street. Stab him in the street. Anyway, that's how it goes, though, isn't it? You know his mom for years, isn't it? So you'll be nice to his mom, then murk him, and then be nice to her after, like nothing happened.
Mad.
Let's peak.
All right, and on that, those poignant notes, we started off trying to big up Dave, and we just talked about his brother in prison. So let us end.
Well done, Dave.
Episode 200. Yeah, but shout them all out. Episode 200. Okay.
Anybody else?
At Big Wahala on Insta, Big Wahala on Twitter. See you later, people.
DJ Websling on Twitter, DJ Websling on Instagram. Yow.
At Simple Simon FB on Twitter. I don't have Instagrams. I finally started Children of Virtue and Vengeance. I got one chapter in. I already read the last chapter of the previous one, so I can catch up to where our ears. I previously finished another book that I had read for the second time, which is The Compound Effect by Darren Hardy. I have been plugging this book hard because I really feel like if you sit down with this book and take a leaf, you will indeed appreciate how valuable the insights are. Gaza, look after yourself.
AKA Mr. Wolf on Instagram, AKA _ Mr. Wolf on Twitter. In a few hours, there's going to be a big fight, man. You know, Deontay Wilder and Tyson Fury. So maybe we'll touch on that next weekend, man.
Who do you think's going to win?
I think that Wilder will have a late knockout. It's going to be a similar fight than it was last time, but the only difference is this time Tyson Fury's not going to get up.
Okay.
Sorry, I got distracted. What did you say? The fact, don't worry, the people heard what you said. I'll listen. I'll listen back. Are you done?
Yeah, man.
I didn't actually hear what you said.
Are you done?
I am Stavros Boss. You can catch me at Stavros Boss everywhere. Stavros says this week we are going to send a big shout out and a request for support for our sister Lala from the Two Girls One Mic.
I saw her the other day. Yeah, she looked good.
She better do with her PT self. She better look good.
Fresh face.
Support my crowdfunding campaign. It's we are trying to create the UK's first black fitness festival called the New Fit Fest. They've put up a 15k GoFundMe, which will go towards securing a top London venue, specialist exercise. In fact, you know what? I'll shout it out. I asked her to send me something to play on the podcast, so let her tell you in her own words.
Noir Fit Fest, dedicated to changing the face of fitness, creating a platform of visibility for black fitness experts and the black community. Created by personal trainer Lorraine Russell and yoga instructor Donna Noble, the UK's first black fitness festival, Noir Fit Fest, will be held at a major location in London, which will be transformed into a space for women and men, fitness enthusiasts or complete fitness novices, to take part and immerse themselves in fitness activities taught by black fitness professionals and expert influencers, all of whom excel in their varied fields of fitness tailored to your needs. As well as different styles of exercise and fitness being taught and showcased throughout the festival in what will be a safe and body positive environment, there will be experts on hand providing fitness and wellness talks, vendors advising on fitness and self-care related products and treatments which attendees can purchase. Noir Fit Fest will provide an all-round fitness experience and health day dedicated to encouraging, cultivating and promoting health and fitness to our community in a way that is fun and memorable. We have launched a crowdfunding campaign with the aim of raising £15,000 to bring together a one-day free-to-attend fitness festival in London for the black community called Noir Fit Fest. The money will pay for a top London venue that is globally recognised, promotional material, as well as equipment for specialist fitness classes for the participants of the festival. The importance of fitness in our community was highlighted recently by Sports London, finding that people from black and other ethnic backgrounds are far less likely to be physically active. An article written by Natalie Morris for the Metro on the 25th of February 2019 also highlighted the alarming lack of diversity within the fitness industry in regards to fitness instructors. For any additional information, please go to our official website on www.noirfitfest.com, or you can follow us on Instagram and Twitter on Noir Fit Fest. Thank you for your support.
Plug.
That was short.
Gaza.
Dirty plug.
So that is Stavros says the link for
Noir, by the way, yeah.
Noir fitfest, yes.com. The links will be in the description. That is for the website and for the the GoFundMe is on the website anyway, so I'll just put the link to the website there. Please support, help them get to their 15k, and just support our sister. And that's that. Right, so I expect everyone there to support as well.
Yeah.
I'll help out.
I'll put a little something down.
Right. So on that note, thank you very much for listening to Eloquently Saying Nothing, episode 240. Again, remember to use the hashtag ESNpod and discuss anything that we may have discussed. We want to know your views.
Remember, ladies and gentlemen, if you ain't saying nothing, say it well.
Slag for life.
Every time he's here, I have to remember to keep my mouth shut.
Every time he's here, you know.
Huh?
Every time.
I'm in the kitchen.
You in the kitchen. Who did you say was going to win? Just quickly, just say the name. What did you say was the name?
Wilder, late knockout. This time he won't get up. What he done last time was a phenomenon that nobody's ever seen before, and it's not gonna happen.
I still haven't seen it.
What, the last knockout?
Yeah, when he got like zombie or whatever.
Bruv, he was knocked out. And what the referee should have done is that as soon as he saw his eyes closed, he should have waved it off. But he was counting for whatever reason. But he counted, he opened his eyes,